Alright, guys, welcome back to the Mob Jazz podcast. Before we start, we just wanted to make sure that you like and subscribe and leave a comment down below.
Subscribe.
Because that's how you will help us with the algorithms.
Indeed.
And share this with your entire family.
Yep.
Like, today we have the boy, Melvin, Trevor, and Raymond in the house. How you all feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good.
I feel like I'm getting into the Mob Jazz podcast.
Right.
Yeah, that's
second
it.
podcast.
2 in a row, that's crazy.
Getting into it.
What on the last one, but will guys find that out before they watch it? Now I'll find it out after they watched it.
Yeah.
You guys are getting lazy, bro.
We had it for the last one.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
How have you guys been up to? What's up?
bro.
What's this weekend saying?
I'm excited for Friday, man. This was my first week back at the office, back working a proper 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that excites you?
I mean, like, I'm excited for the weekend because of it. Yeah, but it's been a decent week. It's been slow, but yeah, I'm getting.
First, wait, does that make him the most recurring? Am I a guest today?
Yeah, you guys are now 2-2.
Yeah, 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're 2-2. I mean, he works here, so he has an advantage. He has competitive advantage.
So
Don't
like
compete
just
with
just
this
like
guy.
I want to be the most.
I'm just like hanging out at the studio and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
So you're not a guest?
He just comes and recording time. He just
Guys, I
comes
happen to be
and
around.
sits there and waits once I ask you.
Now, guys, what's going on, man? To answer your question, I'm doing good. Yeah, to answer your question, I'm doing good.
Trev, what going?
You know this, that,
Yeah.
pushing
Your
that.
jacket has a
button.
lot of pockets, bro.
That's
I've been
the-
looking at it since you came in.
This is the cargo pants of jackets.
Of jackets, yeah. Every time I ask you for
That's
candy,
the
thing.
and you don't pull it out of those zipper pockets.
Where do you think the candy is coming from?
Is it in a zipper pocket? It's in that one. It's in a
I feel
lower
like this
one.
combination is
Yeah.
going in a direction I
That's
don't
what
know,
I'm
bro.
saying.
This guy's pulling out sweets like
This guy is sweet. He bought like 50 sweets, bro.
the witch in answer and
Yeah.
Ghetto. You know, she used to live like a trail of sweets
Trail of
for
candy.
the
I'm like
for
I'm
the
like a
kiddos.
grandpa. Like, hey, here you go, have a sweet.
That's it.
Yeah.
Need to build social bonds from somewhere. Might as well be
Indeed.
sweets.
Indeed.
That's true. But actually, like, we are as kids, we are conditioned to associate sweet things like sugar with certain emotions, which I don't think is good.
It's not good at all,
What
bro.
in condition?
I don't call it conditioning. It's just a
So
sweet. you
It's
enjoy.
no. It's not just
actually
a sweet.
conditioning.
It's
Condition how?
conditioning a lot.
Yeah,
How is it
it's
conditioned?
And a lot of marketing goes into that,
But
bro.
wait,
It's like, for
How?
example, how people
Conditioning-
associate chocolate with love.
that's
or-
marketing.
Yeah,
But
that's
conditioning, okay, this is
I mean, marketing
conditioning.
and conditioning.
Marketing.
When you,
conditioning, right?
when you associate a certain thing with repetitive behavior, that is conditioning.
Yeah.
True.
But the sweet is inherently nice for kids. They would enjoy the sweet.
There's
No, you're
no.
making
What's
look-
inherently nice?
you're making
That's what
look
I'm saying.
in-
Wait.
very innocent.
Inherently nice how? For their health, it's terrible.
Yeah,
good.
but the sweet
Their
tastes
teeth is
good.
bad.
Auntie, but not some things that taste good aren't necessarily good for you, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's
I look
true.
at it like this.
Cocaine feels so good, but it's terrible for
How
Look,
you.
look at
do
it
you
like
know?
this. Look at it like this. When do they get like? When do you give kids sweets? Usually, you give them when they're doing
Yes,
something you like.
cocaine is so good.
It's so bad.
It's enthusiasm for me. Cocaine
Nah.
is the best.
Bro, cocaine tastes.
Like I was saying, like
Actually, most things that feel that good are terrible for you.
But sweets don't even. They just taste good, bro.
Sweets just
Auntie,
taste
but
good.
like
but this is where it becomes conditioning. They give you sweets when you do something good.
something good.
When you do something bad, they withhold the sweets.
Yes.
Not everyone.
But you see,
Okay, but like
I
in
didn't-
general,
yeah,
society,
I get that.
you don't get
because
sweets.
there's never just sweets there.
Man,
yeah, guys even get sweets when they go to a dentist, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
after being
That's so
a good, a good boy, stroke girl.
it's more of like an incentive to do things.
yeah,
But it's just-
That's
yeah,
conditioning.
conditioning.
The
that's
carrot and the
That's how they
stick. You're
train dogs.
conditioning the horse,
Yeah.
the camel, or whatever.
But
Yeah.
I've just been looking into, speaking of conditioning, I've just been looking into a lot of the beliefs that I have, and man, the conditioning that you have
It's
is
crazy.
so crazy. Like you can list the beliefs that you developed on your own. You can basically count them.
I think
But your entire being, as of 2022, if you're watching this podcast, most likely most of your thoughts just aren't yours, bro.
Bro, I was just thinking about how the other day on this pod we had an argument about would you rather have on 10 over 10 we had an argument of whether you'd rather have electricity or water. And
I
said,
saw this.
No
Yeah.
electricity or no water.
Yeah,
right?
no
I saw
electricity.
this. The argument was flawed. I remember thinking the argument was totally
or no
flawed.
water, but
You didn't define you didn't define fair
we should have
ground.
defined like a situation.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. You guys, you zip me, innit? Listen, I was just thinking, like looking back, like from when I was a kid, though, electricity going off it I just always associated that with like a bad memory. Like it always go up when you're like watching something you're enjoying. Like everyone is happy, then it goes off, and then you're bored for like 2 hours.
But I think it depends on how reliant you are on the things that electricity brings.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we didn't have electricity like for what 7 years.
Yeah.
And actually, sort of after a while,
It's great.
you forget that this is important.
And that's why I
need
said
it.
this
And-
condition.
Yeah. You sort of like watch TV maybe once in a while.
Yeah.
So it ceases to become a core part of your
yeah.
life.
And then you
I love
didn't
that.
define like the water thing specifically. Like
But
you didn't
let me
define
ask,
it
do
fairly.
you think there's any scenario in which someone can treat water that way, like it's not a major part of your
No.
life? Like that, you can't. It's not
You can't.
possible.
No,
Yeah, but
You
you
can't
see, you
live
guys,
without
you're
water.
not, like,
Necessary
the
for
two aren't
survival.
weighted equally. Like you guys
Yeah.
had a hard time saying, are you saying drinking water or
Yeah,
showering
you see,
water,
that's
or
what-
are you
You're
yeah,
just saying
saying
which
just
one?
water in general.
That's
Like,
too,
no,
that's
no, no,
an
no,
That's
unfair
too. Like,
comparison.
it's not
Yeah,
fair.
it's an
You'd have to
unfair
say
comparison.
electricity and like
In
fire.
general,
You just
yeah.
say fire.
Would have to say that's what I was telling them in those movies where electricity
light.
doesn't work. The cars don't move.
Yeah,
like nothing
yeah,
with
yeah.
electricity works.
But you
The phones don't
But
work.
how can they
Nothing
work on
works.
electricity?
Because
something-
water
maybe
is
the
a
radio
basic
to an
sense.
need.
extent.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
you
they've
can't
got
compare
electronic
something
components
that
in
is
there.
Because
essential.
water is a
You
basic
can't
need.
compare something that is essential to life functions and something that augments it.
Man, like,
Electricity
Yeah.
makes life better,
Mm.
but water is essential for your
Yeah.
survival.
Indeed.
and I
indeed.
agree with you. They're not weighted the same, bro.
Yeah.
The weight of water is so heavy, bro. in,
That's
like,
why I was
terms of
saying you
life.
need to define it.
Says
What to
fire.
say?
Say like light.
What have to say?
Something like that.
National water,
Another
national water
natural
cutting off your tap water
Or
versus umeme cutting off your yard.
Yeah, say something like that.
So in
Yeah.
that one, where would you go? Would you still follow
Umeme.
that?
Badly.
I'd rather have water.
I'd rather have electricity.
Yeah, I think Umeme rather cut it off,
I'd
bro.
rather have
I'd
electricity.
have a reliable, constant supply of water.
Bro.
than have
Because-
electricity.
Actually, me, I don't even want the water if my heater won't work, bro.
Uh,
Like, just,
you-
just
You
leave
don't
it.
use water for
Fuck
bathing.
water.
What there's other things other than bathing, bro?
No, I can get water from other. Now you see,
mopping the floor.
living in Barra.
I can't think of a time my life has been made hell with the lack of electricity, but I can tell you when there's been made hell with the lack
Bro,
of water.
I can think of
Not
times
now.
my life was hell without
Let me
water.
tell you, when I was living in Barra, they have really bad water supply in Barra. There were times when they would cut the water off it
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, we'd be buying
2
jerry
weeks.
cans of water. We'd buy a 20-liter jerry can at like 500 shillings. I can do that.
But there's no 500 shilling jerry can of power.
Oh, power. Where am I going to get a quick boost? Oh, what's Jerry's company called?
Charge co.
Maybe Chargeco.
But the thing is, you
Charge
assume that the water shortage
Which Jerry?
will only be in
Jerry.
your home.
Jerry.
What if it's within the whole?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Melvin, you assume that the water shortage will only be scattered to your home. What if the water shortage is like? In
No, but no, I guess
As I said, we have to
define the
live with
parameters.
it.
You
Yeah,
define the
have to live
parameters.
with
You
it.
said it umeme to your house or water to your house.
Yeah.
Okay, me personally, bro. Okay, if
Okay, this feel like a fire versus water debate. You
Fire
ever-
versus water.
You ever did in
Yeah.
primary?
education.
Yeah.
Water. It's still water.
Yeah, those debates.
Those debates.
It's still water.
Education.
Bro, I just got out of this movie, Doctor Strange.
Hey, you watched it today?
Yeah. 12:30.
I'm going
Man,
next week.
Don't give
That
us
doesn't matter
spoilers.
because you can't even say anything about it. So.
Don't
You
give us
can only
spoilers.
tell
I
us
mean, you
that
can rate
watched
it. You can rate it. Rate it.
8.
Wow.
Yep.
Out
That's
of
a
10.
high
Out of 10?
rating.
Yeah, 8.
But you also rated Spider-Man something crazy like that. So.
Man, and
I Spider-Man maybe like with okay, my
I
experience was
swear I
cute.
remember you saying
Okay.
something like Spider-Man is the best movie you ever watched.
which did you enjoy more, Batman or Doctor Strange?
Batman.
Batman.
Bruh, I've personally I've been DC for a time, and Batman is just a more cinematic movie. This one's more entertainment. Yeah, and I'm not a student of this stuff, so I'd obviously favor.
But it delivered.
Do you know I really lost the cinematic thing, the way I try and rate cinema. I kind of lost that from Marvel, and I realized that
Them they just want to
Bruh,
entertain. This is
you
like
you're
a
not
3-hour
you're
YouTube
just
video.
replicating these storyboards badly. Okay, everyone kind of has storyboards for their movies and stuff, but they give you this previs version, like a computer generated version of the movie that you as a director are just supposed to mimic.
Bro, it's the filmmaker equivalent of tracing. Remember
Yeah.
tracing when they
Yeah.
give you like a thing and you trace? It's basically
They tell you
tracing,
that
bro.
at this point the movie has to go here.
No,
they don't tell you.
Like the shot is
They give
supposed
you-
to be matched
With a
frame
comic.
by frame
So-
till the beginning, from the beginning and end.
So what they do is they make a kind of like a 3D render of the whole movie, but a low
Yes.
quality version of the
Yeah.
whole movie. How they want every shot to go, and they want
Yeah.
every line
then
of
every
the
shot,
So
everything.
shoot a live action version of
Exactly. So
you
you're
just
the
put
director.
people in those exact positions.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
stuff.
But the director plays a part in that, right?
I mean,
Yes,
the-
but you're a new type of director. You're not
okay.
like
Okay, the writer's
You're more
right.
like, you're more like a
Yes.
choreographer.
The writer's right, and then these guys do that. What do you call it? Previs.
previous, like
Yes,
the
like-
previous guys. Then
Yeah.
they hand the previous over after it has been like focused tested
Yes.
so
The
many
director to
times.
bring
Yeah.
it to
And then
life.
you have to the director to bring it to life.
Okay, that's cool.
And I guess the director also puts in the input on certain areas where
Yeah,
they think that
yeah.
it can change
Could
a
look
bit.
cooler, yeah.
But it's not like directing where you have like full range.
Yeah.
Get this shot, get this what.
Mm.
Like, no, it's nothing like that.
Typical directors just do whatever the fuck they want.
Is that cheaper?
It must be cheaper.
don't
Well, it
think it
depends on what
is
you mean by cheaper.
I think
Yeah.
okay.
It depends.
Okay, it's more at least time.
It's more
time
efficient. It's
It
more
depends
efficient.
still. No, it depends.
I think
It will get you a more coherent.
Controlled,
It will get you a more
controlled,
coherent storyline for all these movies in like a row. But I don't know what you mean by efficient.
I think it's efficient. This is what I mean by efficient. It's efficient if you're trying to release like 2 Marvel movies a year. Like you can plan ahead,
Yes.
ahead. Like you can find a director
Yes.
ahead. The director can fall off the project anytime and get another one. Like
Yeah.
it gives them full control over their
Yeah,
Timeline.
But my
Yeah.
thing is, if the shots have already been predetermined,
Mm.
yeah.
your time is only spent on achieving those shots, as opposed to
Now-
thinking
That's
up
what.
the
Now you
shots.
see- that's what-
filmmaking is about.
Yeah. Now, there's a problem with that ideology, which is what I also have. The times that take me the hardest when I'm vlogging and editing and all this stuff is when I'm trying to mimic something. Exactly. It's very hard to completely match something, and these are actual human beings. Doctor Strange, that you're telling him you have to fly in this way, not in any way. This shot, these 1,000 shots, or whatever, won't cut it. None of them is this. You know what I mean, right?
I feel you.
So when you're trying to matching, it takes
Yeah.
so long.
I hear
It takes way longer than free flow.
Yeah, but just like a lot of filmmakers have an issue with what Marvel is doing. Like I saw Martin Scorsese. I heard that he was saying what they do at Marvel is not like filmmaking.
So it's not cinema.
It's not cinema, yeah, something like that.
But I think it comes from Disney as a corporate company wanting to realize results every time. So that's why you need that level of control, because you have to release something.
But I guess
that has
it's a
wide
public
mass
company
appeal,
with
yeah.
shareholders and
Yeah,
stuff.
they need something with mass public appeal.
No, they
Yeah,
have
but also,
mass
yeah.
public appeal.
It must be a
But-
quality control thing, because every other
Yeah.
business guys have a
Yeah,
McDonald's
they
has
have-
the way they make
they-
their burgers.
yeah.
You know? So
They
Why
have
not?
shareholders who
But now
expect
when you're
profits.
doing
Melvin,
about
cinema
art.
is not burgers.
It's not. Thank you. That's a good way. Good
Cinema,
line.
cinema
Auntie,
is
but
not
the
turning
largest,
Yeah,
the
okay.
largest corporation now in the world, media corporation, which is Disney,
Yeah.
has shareholders who have goals, quarterly, like projections and stuff that you have to meet. Otherwise, they're going to fire you. Just do the movies. Hire the guys who are-
That's quite sad.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess
I
it's
mean,
corporate
it depends.
capitalist.
Depends on how you see it.
world
But
we
anyway,
live in.
like you probably can't mention a movie where they weren't trying to make hella cash from it. Which one? Name one movie where they were just doing it just off of the goodness of their hearts and
I'm
art.
going to be honest with you.
There are a few.
I don't have any sort of like, what's the word? I don't have any positive vibes towards Disney as a corporation,
Okay.
because
It's
they
a positive
Vibes. Disney.
Vibe.
I haven't any positive vibes for that.
because
corporation.
Disney sacrifices art for the sake of like quarterly earnings and box office sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree, man.
Identity.
I think
I
they
don't
do.
agree.
You don't
No,
agree?
I don't agree. Listen, I was recently watching how Frozen was made. In Frozen is literally one of the biggest movies of all time.
Mm.
Literally, I think that song "Let It Go" was like the most played song on YouTube for like
But
4
my
years,
sister-
5 years,
Jesus, my sister played that song.
bruh.
But that's something
Now,
Disney
now.
does every time.
Now, I had the writers of the soundtrack of Frozen, like they were describing the experience there. It was magical working with Disney. These people, like Disney, changed their lives. They described their day to day for like 6 months. Blissful, bro. Crazy. They had all rights to do whatever art forms they wanted. They would communicate with the directors. They'd call each other at night. Like, it was so crazy. I was like, damn. No wonder everyone wants to work with these guys. They have such a form. They have such a structure that embraces and facilitates freedom. Now, in the bigger picture of things, it might seem like, damn, they're cramming these things. It doesn't feel like cinema anymore. But when this chick was describing how she wrote Let It Go with her husband, bro, it was crazy.
But remember, you're talking about a
I'm
form
telling
where
you.
Disney excels. Like in animation, Disney is unimpeachable, right? If you look, Disney has a history with that.
Yes, but like, you see, you need a big company like that to help promote art on such a big scale like
yeah,
that.
true. But then we have to critique them on their latest efforts. For example,
Frozen is very late.
Yeah, but look at their live action remakes
Thank
of
you.
some of these movies, and you're asking yourself, why? Why not invest this money into actual new
IP.
stories and ideas? For example, Mulan. Why would you need to make a live action Mulan? Why? Give me one.
That shit was
reason.
terrible. I still haven't watched
But
it.
I
why
haven't
wouldn't
watched-
they?
The only live action movie I've watched, I think, is Lion King, and that was
Look
and
at
Jungle
look,
Book.
look
Jungle
at
Book was
Jungle
good.
Book. But why
Jungle Book
wouldn't
was
they do
But
that?
I'm not gonna. Me, I didn't hate Lion King.
There's
You
just
didn't hate it, eh? I hated that.
But
movie.
I'm telling you, like, why wouldn't they make that movie?
there's no justification for
No, you
investing
see-
that
you see-
much
you see-
Why?
money.
you
No,
see-
why? Why isn't there
that,
justification?
that line of thinking of why shouldn't they make that movie is what they're thinking of right now. They're thinking this is a surefire hit, like
Yeah.
box
You guys
office,
are going to
whatever,
watch it as a
recognizable
must.
brand, Lion King.
Yeah,
Like everyone knows this thing. Let's do a
Mulan.
Yes,
live
okay,
action.
okay,
okay,
so
okay.
In the process of doing that, you kind of now
Just invest that
dumb down
money.
the art of
Just invest that
original
money.
line.
Okay, but
in
no,
stories and
now if
ideas.
you continue that line of thought, it becomes tricky. Avengers would never be a thing, and I loved Avengers
if what.
it's not the same line.
because
of thought.
Avengers
It's
was
not the same
Avengers
line of thinking.
began on comics, then it went to and like draw like cartoons, and then live action was better than both of those.
But
Both of them, but hands down.
But I think there was an actual case.
It's beautiful that those guys brought Avengers to life.
But the thing
we-
is,
we-
Avengers didn't have that much distribution outside those medium.
Mama.
Making the live
What do you
action.
mean?
No, wait,
No, it's
making
not
the live
comparable.
action.
Pardon?
Making
No,
the
it's
live.
not
No,
comparable.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Lion
What do you
King
mean?
and
Wait,
making the live
wait,
action.
what do you mean?
The movies,
Say what you
versus
mean.
the comics and all of
Yeah,
that
making
stuff,
the
it's
live
not
action.
comparable, bro.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known that if they hadn't made the movie.
But we know
Their
it
sales
now.
were crazy.
I don't know about
I
it
don't
now. Now
even
we
know
know.
it.
I don't even agree with that. People used to read comics before those movies.
Yeah,
Auntie,
but how
that's what I'm
many
saying.
people-
Like,
but
that's
what
what
I
I'm saying.
mean-
That's what I'm saying. Like, the comics did really well. Then they took to cartoons, and then they made the movies, which were beautiful.
But the thing is, the live action of Avengers
see.
helped to grow a bigger audience for that.
Auntie, but you wouldn't know that if they hadn't made them based off of the. You see,
But
they have to make these things. You'd never know.
But with Avengers, that was like an evolution in the growth of that sort of like series.
Auntie,
So the same thing with
Auntie,
Mulan
but
and
you
Lion
wouldn't know.
King.
Auntie, but you wouldn't know that if they hadn't. Lion King could have easily been better than the
Yeah.
other ones, and you wouldn't know.
I agree.
You have to give them the labor.
I agree.
And they own this stuff. They're gonna make them whether we want to or
I
not.
mean, I feel like you
Okay.
guys are speaking from a very. You guys are speaking as artists. I feel like you're
We-
disappointed in the execution.
We are anti-establishment.
Yeah.
Name a franchise. Name a franchise
Old
that's
company.
better than Avengers. But it all stemmed from those comic books.
Better is too subjective.
Yeah. Yes.
that's subjective.
Okay,
Better
but
is way
like
too subjective.
that struck such emotion from you.
Just
Harry
There are
Potter.
many, bro. There are many guys who
Harry
feel that way.
Potter,
Yeah.
Justice
Were
Yeah,
you
There
as
are many-
attached to the Harry Potter guys as when you saw Iron Man die?
Okay. Maybe even
me
more attached.
personally,
Lord of the
no,
Rings.
but I'm just trying to put up big franchises
Yeah.
up there that have existed.
Lord of the Rings.
And then if we move off of that, Harry Potter was based on books. These guys are going to do whatever they want with
But-
their
but no,
with their
IP.
with their IP. They're going to do whatever.
I agree with you, but the thing is this: if you look at Harry
Video
Potter,
games, the video games of Spider-Man, you love them.
but it's not the same thing. It's like, I mean, like with Harry Potter and those franchises, they're trying to translate something which was really good for a smaller audience into something more
With
accessible.
small audience.
The thing is, the people who have watched the Harry Potter movies are more than people who have read the books.
But they hate them as well. They
A
hate
lot
the
of them,
movies
but they
as
hate
well.
them. And also, Harry Potter is
That's
not
the
a small
thing.
franchise.
It's a very
Don't say like it's a
I'm
small.
not saying it's a small franchise, but the movies had a bigger audience
Me, I
than
feel
the,
like
than the
Disney-
literary ones.
Disney is having a tough
I
time.
mean, like
Because
the
all of
argument
us-
is now starting to change.
all of us love
No,
the
it's-
original versions of those shows or those movies or whatever. And now we're seeing the adaptations. We're like, you guys didn't do it the way we needed you to do it, bro. They're almost fighting a losing battle.
But
man.
maybe the people who are seeing it now who hadn't seen the earlier ones appreciate it a
Yeah,
bit
I think
more.
so. I think so.
But also, like,
And maybe there's a bias for us who have
yeah,
watched
as we
the
watch
other stuff.
like Lion King especially. That one there rubbed guys the wrong way.
It was horrible.
My issue with this whole thing is the whole reboot culture thing. Yes, they can do whatever they
you
want with their
complain about
with
this.
their
Yeah.
IP, bro. But my problem is all this stuff just feels like too much of a cash grab, bro.
and that's what it is.
It's a
That's like-
cash grab.
And in the essence of it being a cash grab, man, there's some kind of creative essence that's lost, bro, from the
missing, yeah.
art, bro. Because it's just like a cash grab, and you can even tell the reviews people don't like these movies. Everyone is
Yeah.
asking why it's being done. But you know why? Because they are like recognizable brands that they will make money
But
on.
man, like, let me tell you, eventually every artist goes through that. I've read, there's actually a name for this. Eventually you start with the art and then you just start
Right,
focusing on the
yeah.
back. Every artist, even the ones that actually draw stuff. I've forgotten this famous artist alive right now. This guy was just saying, man, like, my best art form, I just felt more free and stuff when I was broke. And now,
I think that's a myth. Okay, if let's go back to cinema. If
But you can't compare Disney to like one artist, but
But
Disney
what-
like
no,
this huge
I
company.
get-
They've been
I
doing
get-
this for money,
but like
the
you guys
whole
are
time.
saying that the art that they're doing.
Yeah.
Even when they
is-
made Lion King, the animated movie, they're doing that for cash. Why
Cash,
can't they have
exactly.
something of that quality right
Because
now
they're
that
not-
Auntie,
hits
them, they're
taxes
not
and
artists, bro.
strings?
By the way, let
Them
me tell you
they're not
something.
artists.
When I watched the last podcast where we were talking about movies, I realized, bruh, we need to first be more humble about what we think about these movies, like about how we judge them. So to you, let's just say to you they weren't received well, you didn't like the movies. That's your opinion, right? But you can't ever objectively say that these are bad movies. I'll tell you why.
We can assess the quality.
These movies,
of storytelling.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Bro,
if you say, let's say you say a statement like, Lion King was a bad movie,
the live action,
right? These movies go through thousands of stages of conception when they're being made, and by brilliant minds, by well thought out structures,
controlled by corporate interests.
This conversation is going stretch too far.
It will.
All I'm saying is I reserve the right to call a movie shit if I think.
In your opinion,
you have to hold.
In your opinion,
and everything I say is from my opinion, bro. When I say that a movie is not good, I'm not saying that objectively. Like if it's terrible,
I made this. No,
I'm just telling you from my opinion, bro. And I'm telling you based on my life and my experience. I like the first Lion King. The second one was trash. And it's not only me who says
Raymond,
that. A lot of viewers agree.
If Lion King, the live action remake was good, none of us would be having this opinion. We better not Disney made this movie and it's good.
I thought that the live action things, I didn't really get them, but I'm just saying that like these movies go through a lot of stages. Like we just need to.
You have to understand what I'm saying. I agree with you, but you have to understand that if corporate interests are controlled, and this has happened in contemporary art too. If corporate interests come through, you develop predictable trends that minimize risk, because that's how businesses run.
Of course.
That's how businesses operate. That's how Disney makes money for its shareholders quarter after quarter. Yeah. You have to minimize risk of failure.
This is so similar to that thing. What's it called? It's kind of akin to that innovator's dilemma where you have to where these big companies can't compete with smaller companies, right? So what's a good example? Amazon has to buy I forgot what Zoom. There was that company. That food company, I think it was called Zoom or something. No. It was back in the day, 10 years ago. You just can't compete with the young people who have not enough funding. Like those companies have the art, they have the zeal, they're moving fast, but then they eventually get caught up in the whole making money, and then they just
because they're more agile. They don't have
they have agile.
They're more agile.
They're agile.
They can move faster. But before we go, if you look at the history of cinema, how it came up from, let me say like Russian art film, what we are doing in Europe, it sort of came from the desire to have an actual aesthetic innovation. If you see Tarkovsky's work, this work was new, but companies and let's say countries back then took the risk to invest in some of these projects. Now, not all of them were successful, but the ones that were defined culture. But you have a point in history whereby you have people profiting from a cultural industry. What happens is if you have enough capital going on, these people will create a subgenre of culture which is purely directed towards tapping into people's most innate desires. So you have formulas for storytelling. You have this sort of laid out neat boxes within which to operate, which make money. And that's what Disney has figured out. It's successful in this. It really works, but it does not push the boundaries as far as aesthetics are concerned.
I don't get to that point where art suffers, bro.
But man, for me, I don't even know if that thing is a struggle.
Yeah.
What
I don't know if I don't know if I relied on Disney for
entertainment.
This is
who they have embraced, man.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
But that's why
Disney is not going anywhere.
If you're looking for actual cinematography,
True.
Yeah,
true.
Disney is going anywhere.
HBO and Zaga.
When the reason I go for a Doctor Strange movie today, maybe I have nothing to do that day, and I want to watch a movie. Than these
no, they'll entertain you.
That's entertaining
you, but it won't be.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
It won't be
Yeah.
I don't really.
It don't move you.
Yeah.
But Disney's not going anywhere. None of these companies are.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Guys were complaining about Apple for so long.
Yeah.
Still here. Guys are complaining about everything.
Speaking of risk, did you guys hear that Dave Chappelle got attacked?
I saw that guy, bro.
But the guy they beat up.
My lord.
I feel like people have to understand that there are real life consequences for their idea.
They didn't beat that guy up.
What do you mean?
They
beat him up.
It looks like that guy looks like
bro.
They ran him over. It looks like that guy was at a horse race and his dog ran across the track.
I don't go and get it.
That guy looks like Mufasa would have looked if he had survived being trampled by the wildebeest.
They missed that guy.
Bro,
that guy's arm was in reverse. His elbow was in reverse, bro. Just bending the other way.
I think people have become so accustomed to the idea that their sort of ideas are sacred and they can act out anywhere in the world that actual real life consequences. But if you physically attack someone, you better be prepared.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think that a lot of people need help.
So what
there's no explanation that I can be given to why that guy would jump on stage and attack this dude.
My thing is
why?
I don't
if you
get-
attack a guy who has security,
You expect to get.
you know, this is so dumb because if you attack the biggest comic in the world, right after the second biggest comic in the world has been attacked, there's only one way that's going to go.
Because it's prepared
Dave
for
Chappelle-
you.
Yeah, if Dave Chappelle had
Second biggest
security
comic
before
is
Chris Rock. After
Oh.
yeah, so if Dave Chappelle has if Dave Chappelle had like 3 guys as his security, and then Chris Rock got attacked, Dave Chappelle now has like 9 guys just on standby.
He's prepared for this sort of thing happening. Yeah.
But this foolish guy attacked Dave Chappelle right as he was cracking a joke about getting more security because they beat up Chris Rock. That's when this guy decided to go up and attack this guy. But this guy, I saw a lot of. Okay, he made a lot of false steps as he was attacking Dave Chappelle. Number one,
He shouted.
he did shout.
Attack!
The guy went behind the stage. I don't know how you'd go behind the stage where no one's going to see what they do to you, bro. They jumped that. guy, bro.
Did Dave just continue talking?
So what happened is
No.
Dave went behind, I think, jumped the guy, then came back to crack that joke that it was a trans man. But you know, after goofing the
I am going to kill that nigga.
Yo, that was
But-
crazy to me, bro.
bro, like that whole thing was so mad, bro. Like
I'm just worried about society. Like that stuff just
I don't know.
I just don't know about
Of late, I'm actually realizing maybe society is not so, well, not badly off. It is America.
So just
It's America in general,
It's
bro.
just America. They might
It's
be
just
the
America,
leaders.
bro.
Okay, Raymond, do you think in your hearts of hearts
I don't think
that
so.
a typical Ugandan man
He
would walk
can't.
onto stage
To
and attack a guy with
performer.
security, a performer?
Not even at comedy show here or comedy night. You can't, bro.
You can't.
Yeah,
Comedy
okay.
store.
No one,
That-
no one would rush
Yeah,
the
but
stage
when,
like that.
That's not something that happens, but man,
You know, I don't-
crazy stuff happens in Kenya too.
I don't
Remember
see that
when-
happening anywhere
You
else.
guys
in the
remember when
world.
Genuine was dancing on stage and Michael Ross jumped on stage to dance with him?
They dragged
That
him.
girl.
Bro, let me tell you, any of these
Onani.
African countries, you try to rush the
They grabbed that
stage,
girl
bro.
stage like this.
They're throwing you back in that crowd by your ankle.
But then, but and here in Africa, the guy who you're trying to jump will beat you up. Burna Boy will beat you up, bro. From there,
Yeah.
guys, you'll be having the biggest bouncers on stage.
Yeah,
These
they're like
acts,
huge.
bro.
Rema,
Huge guys.
Rema will beat that guy up.
Bro,
He's
so-
a jacked.
But I think America in general, there's something that's going in there that everyone thinks that they're a celebrity these days. Everyone thinks they're Will Smith. Everyone thinks that their opinion is the most valid.
Man, I
And
don't think it's that. I just think that this is a large population of guys that have. I don't even know, man.
No,
America
no.
has these are 300 million guys.
But like everyone there is so offended when you like offend their beliefs or like opinion. And I guess we all are, but these guys take it out of hand. They're supposed to be the cool
But I
ones.
think also, like, if you're going to choose physical means to assert your ideals, you better be prepared.
In case the guy retaliates.
I think he thought it
Yes.
was. I think he thought it was one of those things where he's gonna get popular, like
Yeah.
he's gonna get
it's-
followed.
yeah, guys feel like they would rather just be known. Whether they're
Yeah.
famous or infamous, it doesn't matter. As long as guys know
But
their
know
name.
their
But
names.
I don't think this guy's gonna get
And
famous.
no,
after this.
no. You find that nigga's Instagram has like doubled
Yeah.
at the minimum.
I'm sure he has his supporters.
I saw that chick that Drake followed.
And I'll start marketing pain medication.
Well, that
or
guy
something.
is in pain. I
I
saw
saw-
him get up. I was like, oh my God, bro.
Bro, I saw him being put
Yo,
on the
his arm
ambulance.
looked shorter than an arm should be, bro. His arm looked like it was this long, bro.
Like, I'm now checking out pics of that of the thing.
Bro, just like as
I
you
do want to pay
check out
attention to that
guy's
thing
arm.
at all. I just felt like
Me, I
man,
didn't
that
need-
does-
I didn't need to
people
pay
deal with this
attention.
stuff.
I needed to pay attention, but I saw.
It was everywhere, bro. My
The
whole
image
tail
will
was
never
full of
leave
this
me.
thing. Bro, that guy's arm was like it was disgusting what they did to that guy.
But
that's-
Anyway,
that's
we won't
crazy how-
repeat his mistakes.
That's crazy how I don't think a normal person's first like instinct when they're at the at the boundary of this thing is to jump this guy.
At
That
a
you pay to
concert.
come and see.
Meanwhile, you know my problem is it's not even a concert. It looks like it was just a bar, right?
Actually,
it was a-
and,
it was
and,
a-
and
the
apparently,
Hollywood Bowl.
I'm seeing this. He was carrying a
Ah.
replica gun.
Yeah, with a knife in it.
What?
But what was he
Now there you have no
expecting?
choice.
You have to beat that guy.
Yeah, there you have no
you have
choice.
to do your job as security.
Yeah.
You have to.
Damn,
Anyway.
bro.
What was the intent of that thing?
That guy is a big
Yeah,
fool,
but
bro.
man,
And now
that-
he's being
that just
charged.
shows you-
Now he's being charged with
attempted murder
codes,
I saw last
with
week.
counts of battery and unauthorized access
after being beaten.
after
bro.
being beaten.
After being battered.
Last
Keep
week,
charging him, Dave.
The
Maybe the event, the venue.
you know what's crazy is I find that not with Dave Chappelle or anything, but I found that your crowds at these concerts as like a celebrity and stuff, they are almost a mirror of you. I found that I watched a concert where X was jumped last week when X was still alive, XXX Tentacion, who had like a very strong, like passionate fan base because that's the energy he was giving out.
Ragers.
Yeah. This guy jumped on stage, knocked this guy out cold.
Knocked
X out cold. He jumped on stage, knocked X out cold, and then X's security or his huge guys and like beat up this guy. I was thinking
on stage.
Do you see this happening at like a Beyonce concert? No, let me not say Beyonce. Ed Sheeran.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
I find that you usually your audience is usually what
True.
you give them.
True.
Okay, that's you make a compelling point.
True.
If you are a very energized, passionate, like I've heard that I think it's Travis Scott. Okay, before that thing happened, his concerts are just energy filled and like rage and
Mosh pits and stuff like
guys
that.
are jumping off of like trees. I'm like,
Yeah.
because he's like
That's
super
the energy.
gassed
That's-
up.
yeah.
So Dave Chappelle, I don't see it happening to like
A
who's
cl-
like a chilled comic, like maybe, but his comics aren't chilled. I guess like
Trevor Noah.
maybe
Yeah.
Trevor Noah.
Like
I wouldn't see
yeah,
that
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
Trevor Noah is like
yeah.
the most PC.
Yeah.
Comic ever,
most,
yeah.
The cleanest comic.
Yeah, I think you make a compelling point. Like at a classical music event,
I don't
It's going to
really-
be raging.
people like we are appalled at such behavior. This man came in
Yeah.
here and he assaulted us.
Yeah.
I think this guy should have security. Oh, they have security everywhere, but I don't know how this guy got through.
And I guess that applies in music. Because this Chris Rock guy was slapped for nothing at the Oscars.
But
and
also the man
that
who
crowd
the
does
man,
not-
by the way, the man who slapped
Slapped for nothing.
the man who slapped Chris
Guy said for
Wasn't a
nothing.
fan.
couldn't have gotten beaten up.
Yeah, he wasn't. a
That
fan.
man he had backup.
Everyone had security at that
Yeah.
event.
But also, for you to be that guy who beat Will Smith up as security, that would be intense,
that's
man.
Tough.
Bro,
You be
you don't want that
diplomatic.
smoke.
No, you don't want.
You don't want that smoke.
That's too much to deal with, bro.
But Will Smith's a really big dude as well. If that guy lands one punch on you,
There's
No,
some
he's not
guys
that
who are
big.
huge. Some guys security. is
Will
too big.
Smith.
Bro,
He's
Bell
flappy.
says.
He's big.
I'm
bro,
sure
he's
guys
big.
that
Will
bounce are
Smith.
bigger than
He's
Will
like
Smith.
he's like 6'2".
An average,
have you seen how Will Smith
man.
looked when he was doing
An
that
average-
movie? What's it called? I Am Legend.
Yeah.
an average security,
Jesus Christ.
an
He's a
average
big
security
dude.
guy
He's a
can
big
take it.
man.
But
This
security
guy's like
guys are bigger.
6'1".
Okay,
Bro, I
security
saw-
guys.
An
I don't
average-
think- I don't
an
think they're
average
not
security
bigger
guy
than
can
Will
Anyway, I'm
Smith.
saying like you also have to be prepared with the guy you're jumping.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff when he was still the Fresh Prince. They like a fast car promotional picture they took. Their security guy was carrying them both, like on his arms like this. So that's how big his security guy is. And his security guy was just somebody. He said,
Have you seen Floyd's security?
See,
Mayweather.
huge. That guy is unbeaten, bro. But he still needs big guys to protect him.
Floyd's security can't fit inside here.
Yeah.
Like 7 of the biggest guys you've ever seen.
But I feel like there's a matrix to how big and martially art effective a
Yeah.
guy can be. You can just
Slap you and run.
But I feel like at a certain level, when you're that big, you don't need that much martial arts. You literally just have to grab the guy.
Yeah,
Just slam
just-
him head into
yeah,
the
it's
ground,
just
bro. No
brute
technique
strength.
required.
You know, there are guys who go to my gym and you see this guy's hand and you're like, if this guy punches me once,
I'm
Yeah.
dead.
I might die. There's this guy who is a trainer at my gym. If this guy lands one punch on you,
Yeah. But if you dodge
That
like 10 of his punches.
how do you dodge 10?
It's
Like 10
okay,
other guys will say
okay,
one.
okay, let's say
Uh-huh.
for all his brute strength, that guy has like minimum speed, bro.
yeah.
You have to be really close to him for him to catch you.
But
Now
then-
listen, if he catches you, you're out.
But also, also another problem with someone being big is becomes hard for you to practice any technique on them because you won't have enough force to actually even dent anything.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, come on, yeah.
You don't even really know where to hit because like where will you hit that will have enough impact? It's muscle everywhere.
And this
That
you
joke.
don't even
You want
choke
to catch
them,
his
they
rib,
take
you
his
catch a muscle that's protecting the rib.
He's
bro.
chill.
That's why when I see
There's
when I-
certain places on the human body that you can't like.
If a man is like,
that's why when I
fine.
see guys like Francis Ngannou, I'm like, this man can kill 4 guys.
Yeah.
Okay, if
He's
you talk
huge
about Francis
and fast.
Ngannou, that guy is
Yeah.
huge and fast.
And fast.
Yeah, he can.
but it's not so
LeBron
huge.
James.
But see, Francis is not bouncer big. Bouncers don't
lean.
look like him.
Francis is lean.
He's lean. There's a reason why he's quick.
But Francis is like a towering
But
striker.
he's
Yeah,
lean.
but he's not like
His
a
mouth is
bouncer.
not a
Yeah, he's
bouncer.
not a bouncer.
Bouncers are fat.
Bosses have like
Bouncers.
Fat and
they're not
fat with
lean.
muscle.
These guys are lean. These guys in UFC.
They're like
But you know
linebackers.
when physically,
you know
bro.
when people see like a big guy, they have a misconception. People don't really understand. When they see a big guy, they think this is like anime, where the guy is big, he is slow.
Yeah.
I can do all this stuff around him. Oh my god, bro! This guy is just maybe if he's slow, he's microseconds.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite like anime themes, though. What you just said.
a big
They'll
slow
show you
guy.
they'll show you the biggest guy, but his secret weapon will be that he's more fast.
Yeah.
That guy will just.
That guy who in One Punch Man, that guy who was the gay prison guy, what was his name? I forgot his name.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy was
me.
huge,
Oh my
man.
God.
He was fast.
You know that guy? Yeah. He was like a. Sure, that was funny. One Punch Man was a funny show.
Nah, I had you speaking of Drake, but just see what Drake did over the weekend. Was it over the weekend or
Drake
like
is
this
an
week?
ancient nigga, man.
Drake is hilarious.
Drake is.
So basically, there's this guy who Drake was. Some guy posted on some basketball.
Yeah, it was about Ja Morant's dad.
Yeah,
Apparently, Ja Morant's dad has been on the sideline. Ja Morant is like a basketball star. And his dad has been on the sidelines hyping him. Like, you know the way dads can talking shit. What? Hyping his son, saying his son's the best in the world. So guys said he was getting irritated. And I mean, guys said they were getting irritated. And Drake posted and said, if my son was doing what Ja is doing, I would be doing the exact same shit. He said it's a rite of passage for the OGs to do shit like that. He said if my son was doing that type of stuff in like chess tournament,
Rubik's
like
Cube.
a Rubik's Cube competition, I'd still be on the sideline shouting. And then this guy said,
so your son is going to be chilling with ghostwriters or something
in a ghostwriting
like
competition.
He's going to be chilling with... You know
Drake
Drake said, hey, I'm going to follow your wife because she's bored and she
looks
needs
like
something. She needs excitement in her life. Like I went and followed that and said into a DM, Ma, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, ma.
but the
This you got like 20k followers
but the
that
truth
day.
is, if Drake said coming after your wife, and you're like a square,
Yeah.
Square.
But it doesn't have to be a square.
There's nothing you can feel around this. You can have no edge on, corner, bro.
bro.
Do you think he's seen as like a cool man? Like, do you think, because today is Friday, do you think that guy who they follow, do you think he's going to go to the club and feel cool or shit?
He kind of like posted it on his story, laughing about it.
But
Both him and his
I think you
people
can
like
feel
laughing
cool.
but
about
you're
it.
cock, man. If the guy is so coming after your woman, there's no way you can flex with that. Like,
You'll be surprised, bro. All publicity is good
We
publicity.
beefed with Drake and I won.
Some guy has
Stuff
clout.
like that.
Some guys, well, apparently it's a fake post, but we still don't know. Someone posted a Reddit of her speaking and saying how she's always been a Drake fan, and she's always playing his music in her car, and her husband hates it, and him is like a hip hop.
Pizzo strikes again.
if it was me and I was that dude,
Yeah.
I would avoid social activity for a while until this thing dies down.
No, but him, he said that Reddit is cap. That's not his wife.
I think that you should use it. Drake has no intentions with this guy's wife. Just use it and make some jokes and
that's
move.
quite they both have
But then
followers.
at a certain point, how do you know how serious or not serious
Drake
he is?
He's
How
not
far is he
serious.
willing to
Ah,
go,
He's
bro?
not
relax.
serious, he's not serious, he's not serious.
This is a
How-
busy
how-
dude.
how-
The guy is
Drake
serious
is not
enough
looking
to
for
say
some guy's
that he's
wife.
going to do it and then
Okay,
he
guys,
did
me,
it.
I'm telling you,
He's a fool.
Are you going to take that risk with your wife?
But Melvin,
What risk?
Why you going to find out?
Wow.
Let me tell you what the risk is. With Drake, the thing about Drake is if Drake is pursuing your girl, all
You
she
can
has
do
to
too
do is
much.
say yes, bro.
so Melvin
Yeah.
If she
says
says
Drake is
yes,
a busy man. I'm
all
telling
her
you
dreams
guys,
come true.
Wife.
I
His
am not
wife,
yet-
not his girl. Wife.
Bro,
Your
But-
wife with 2 children,
That's what I'm
young
saying.
children.
Melvin-
all your
I'm
wife has to
telling
do is say yes. She doesn't have to
You
do too
guys.
much.
Ah.
you said Drake is too busy, but I know I'm going to become that famous. And when I do, my
Oh.
my pettiness will not go away. I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm taking time off this year
You'll chase
to
that guy's
focus on his
chick.
man's wife. Show up, send her like an SUV.
Come to
like,
Ginger.
Come.
But Drake's time is too
Bruh.
valuable. I don't think he'd do that.
I don't think he'd do
I
it.
don't think he would do that. But it's funny that he'd like.
Yeah,
DM
it's
her.
funny that
That's
he do it.
hilarious.
And it's also, if he goes through with it, it becomes now distasteful. Like,
Yeah.
But it's funny how these rappers are really leaning into this toxic masculinity thing these days, bro.
Wow.
I don't think Drake's leaning into that.
Yeah.
I mean,
He definitely is.
he's 100%
Really?
leaning into it, bro. He has
Bam.
bars like, I could never be your man, I'm your bestie, what stuff like
Yeah, shit like
this. Him and Future are really leaning into this
Yeah.
thing. Like it's now bleeding in from like art into real life, like to the
But Drake will sing whatever is needed for that song. So when he's in the future, he's gonna lean into that. When he's singing when he's on his own ones, he's gonna sing some lovey-dovey.
yeah, but
It's still toxic though, I should be saying.
yeah, and he wasn't
even
always
in
on
love.
this toxic shit. It's
Yeah.
like a recent thing that is really leaning into it, like so.
But they got
heavy.
into it early, man.
How
Like,
early
take
ago?
care. You're saying toxic shit already.
Yeah.
True shit.
I'm not saying you can do better. Relax. I'm just saying you can do better. Relax. Toxic as hell.
Shout out those guys.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys also see that Pete tattooed Kim and
That
Kanye's
name-
kiddos initials on his neck?
What? Damn, like
I'm gonna
all
be
the,
honest
all
with
the
you.
4 kids.
Kanye West is a better man than me. If I had that,
Yeah.
if I had the resources available to Kanye West,
Yeah.
this man would exist on planet Earth. I mean, like,
What did you do? You can't kill him.
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
But what has Pete done wrong though?
Bro, he
But
tattooed this guy's kiddo.
that's a line you
He
cannot
tattooed his
cross.
kiddos' names on his neck.
Is it a crime?
I just feel like that's
just
very.
Imagine you had kids, right?
That is
And
a
I came
lot.
and took over your
Antagonistic.
family and tattooed your kid's name on like, that's a line you cannot cross.
I mean,
Why?
to be fair, like Kanye is not blameless in all this. He has also been harassing Pete Davidson for.
Yeah,
But
but
also-
that's now.
But also
that's
tattoos,
low.
tattoos mean something different for a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
tattoos might not mean that much to people.
And
He has
let's be honest.
hella tattoos.
Let's be
Nobody
honest.
can-
Kanye was harassing this guy long before this guy started retaliating, bro.
But I don't think that's a retaliation.
That's weird if it's a retaliation.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
It's a retaliation
It's
because
not.
he has been like saying, he has been like doing this whole thing. How he's getting back at Kanye in this whole beef is he's trying to play like the father role that Kanye is not playing. Like he's trying to portray Kanye as like a deadbeat dad. Like, so
I don't
I don't
that's
think,
what
man.
I don't
I
think
think
Pete's
so.
actually a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think
also,
so.
I don't think anyone.
I don't think
thinks
that
Kanye-
dude.
I don't think
anyone
he's trying to
thinks Kanye.
portray. I don't
no,
think he's trying
come
to
on, he has
portray.
been trolling this. Haven't you seen
Yes,
that?
no, he has
Like
been
when
involved.
he was kneeling down and they had the hands on him, and the caption was I'm not the father who stepped out, I'm the father who stepped up. Stuff like
He
that.
posted that.
Yeah, he posted that.
Yeah, but everyone knows. No one thinks Kanye is a deadbeat dad. No one thinks that.
He's not as serious.
But me, I
as
just think it's weird for you to be like using your girlfriend's children to punish
Someone.
your
Yeah,
girlfriend's.
I don't think that's what this guy is
weird,
doing.
bro.
yeah.
Maybe he just has a genuine relationship with them, and that's how he
Okay,
shows
but
love
then
to
why
people.
did he publicize
nah.
it like that? Though?
no, that's definitely that's not.
Why did he
one again.
publicize it like that? You think like, the media just stumbled on that? That he got a tattoo. It was a tiny tattoo on
Bruh.
his neck like this.
If you follow the timeline of that beef, this guy did nothing wrong except date Kim Kardashian. Kanye West started coming at this guy on songs, like literally every track
Understandably.
coming at this guy, and like
I was
Pete
seeing,
would actually reach out to Kanye West on like in the DM and tell him, "Yo man, we should reach out. You should stop doing this stuff." Then after all that, the DMs that were leaking were like Pete saying stuff like, "You're just doing this for clout. Like we should meet." Blah 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 blah. So after a certain point, it was just like, you know what, man, screw this. Like I'm going to now troll you now.
there's a meme I saw.
Then he sent him a
and the
picture
meme
of
was
him in
like,
Kim's bed.
if you had told someone
No.
in 2007 or 2010 that Kanye West would be beefing with a dude, like they showed this picture of like Pete on like SNL with his hair all up in his pajamas, that no one would have believed you. That no one would be like, Kanye West could not even be co-dealing with a guy like this. It's a super weird, I would say, relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
They're like polar opposites.
I think Pete is leaning into that.
I like
Kardashian
Kanye.
shit,
I think
bruh.
Pete's also
He's
a okay guy.
100%
I think
leaning
he's
into
leaning heavy into that.
Heavily.
Like I said, is it? I want to make this Kardashian bread. I want to do all the cloud chasey shit that I need to do to
Yeah.
make it. And he's doing
That
it,
I
bro.
need to do.
What on earth?
Nah,
is it?
but you
That's
can't blame
crazy.
him, bro. Kanye has also been really leaning into it. And me, I'm a Kanye fan. I actually like Kanye.
Kanye's
West.
been leaning into what?
But me, I just don't feel like,
But it
okay.
still feels like Kanye stepped off the gas on that. That's why I don't think Pete's
Me, I
doing
think-
that as well.
Me, not let me tell you. Me, I think that while Kanye has been with that chick, he has leaned into that Kardashian shit the least of any guy she has been with.
Yes.
He's like, he only like gets in very briefly.
There's some guy I recently found out that Kim married. Some guy.
Yeah, I
pastor
remember
or what?
that she basketball like
Chris
that.
Humphries.
Chris Humphries.
No,
Reggie.
no.
Reggie-
Before that, some black guy, pastor. What is called what?
pastor.
A pastor?
Nah,
Half past
A
husband.
pastor.
Half
I
past
think we can
husband.
pull this up.
Go to
That's
Kim
fucked
Kardashian
up.
first husband.
That is hot.
Some guy saw on DJ Vlad. I was like, even you.
There's no
DJ
way.
Vlad.
Now, what is what this
That
is?
guy.
Is no
What's
stranger
his
to matrimony shows. Oh, Damon Thomas.
Music producer Damon Thomas.
The guy was on DJ Vlad. He had a pastor
He was a
hat.
producer.
I'm like, hey. The DJ Vlad interview was saying Kim Kardashian claims she was drunk the whole
night she
marriage. No, the whole marriage. The guy was on DJ Vlad. He was like, "What is not true? I know his papa's not
Bro,
true.
you're
I was."
You're just saying that I was drunk the whole time, bro. I went for like 5 years.
I'm like, now who is this guy?
That's crazy.
Who is this guy?
Damon
Nah,
Harris. Shout outs to him, man.
But you guys, I never understood that. I never understood why Kanye West would marry Kim Kardashian.
I understood it immediately.
What
Kanye West is a very controversial guy,
he's a
bro.
very confusing dude, bro.
It's only natural. Okay, at least for me, it made sense that he'd marry the most
A wild
controversial
chick,
babe,
yeah.
bro.
No, I
The
think,
one with the most
but
controversy.
he goes through it a lot in his life. The reason I think Kim represented something for that guy, and he keeps saying that he was in love with her even before he met her. I think he saw Kim as the most beautiful, iconic woman,
So
and
was-
he had to have those
so
three.
it was an image.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think he was in love with maybe the image of her.
Yeah,
He
idea
was
of him and her
literally
being
writing
married.
poems for this chick before they were even in the same
There's
city.
been a lot of stuff that like is related to her on My Beautiful Dark
Yeah.
Twisted Fantasy.
Because I think for me, I sort of like have this sort of like view of myself that I'm super intellectual and I would want a woman who is in that sort of like field. but more and more, I understand.
But that chick
it makes sense.
That chick isn't dumb, bro.
I'm not saying she's dumb.
I feel like actually her being with Kanye showed a lot of guys that chick is not.
I'm not saying she's dumb.
Who keeps saying that chick is
But
dumb?
who
I
says
don't
that
get
chick is
that,
dumb?
man.
I'm not
What
saying
does
she's
she
dumb,
do?
but she's not contributed to
Anyone
any sort of like.
watched the
She has not-
Keeping Up?
What she not contributed to what?
She's not contributed what you'd call mainstream intellectual culture.
No. Wait. I don't think right now on this planet you can name 100 people that are more influential to how the world is right now than Kim.
Influential.
Yeah,
and
he's talking about
influential.
right now.
intellect. He's talking about intellect,
No.
academic.
Okay, because I know that even intellectually you might not be able to name 10. So let's just say influential.
No, he might not be able to name 10, but
Okay, name 10 people. Oh no, name 10 people.
can't name names.
Chill.
You can't name
We're
it,
not
but
talking
that's
about
what-
influential, how influential she is.
Yeah,
We're just
but
talking
like,
about
but like, I'm trying to show you that even her contribution, right, requires a lot of grit, determination, brain power.
No, I'm saying,
No one is
you're
knocking
not
all
saying-
this
you're
stuff,
not
bro.
saying that dynamic.
Yeah,
Auntie,
changing the argument.
Auntie,
If you look at Kanye West's
Auntie,
work,
but no, you see the
Raymond,
tone of which he's saying,
if
right?
you look at Kanye West's work as an artist, he has broken barriers in hip hop.
Yeah,
He has invented whole
goat
new
level. Yeah, it was goat
Okay.
level.
genres of music.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Kanye
What
is a
the-
musical genius.
I'll tell you why I have the issue with what you said. You said that this chick has not contributed to the
Intellectual,
intellectual whatever of this world,
Yeah.
right?
She hasn't.
Does that
Prove
matter?
me wrong.
Does that matter in the face of what she has done?
No, we're not saying she hasn't.
I wasn't
but like,
balancing it,
He
but
just made the point.
I was
statement.
juxtaposing her with Kanye as an individual.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Auntie, but you can't-
I'm not saying
but
her
like-
work is mostly in entertainment and pop culture.
Which has done a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has done a lot in pop culture and entertainment,
She has.
but she has not contributed to, I would say, maybe growing specific genres of art
Yeah.
and culture intellectually, like Kanye
But she has.
Like
not
what?
like Kanye, but she has.
Like how?
Instagram now is art, and that chick had a big role to play. And now Instagram's now done. Wait. Okay, let's sit here and argue. Wait. Let's sit here and argue. Let's sit here and argue that Instagram isn't one of the most pivotal forms of art right now.
Not art.
What do you mean art?
Of art.
What do you mean
I
art?
mean,
Art.
I mean, it's
Art,
a
aesthetics.
It's a-
Aesthetics.
Really,
Let's talk about
aesthetics?
art.
Instagram is a platform.
Yes, but Instagram.
it.
Yes,
Instagram.
That's all
Instagram.
it is.
Instagram
it's a
is a
toxic
platform.
whirlpool of
A platform.
narcissism.
You can't
And
just narrow it
marketing.
down to that. Wait, let's talk about Instagram.
Wait,
right?
how-
When you say Instagram's a platform, can you say that Instagram is solely a platform and has had no influence on how art is made?
Depends on
On
how.
2022,
it
can you
depe- it
separate those two?
Okay.
It
Let
has.
me say. It has had an impact, yes, but is its impact positive or negative?
It has had an impact.
Yeah,
But
of
the
course
thing
it
is,
has had
Raymond,
an
you
impact.
cannot say it has an impact on how art is made.
Has Kim had a part to play with that?
Is the
Inst-
impact positive
Okay.
or
Now
not?
you've
Is the
been
impact
destroying the argument
intellectual?
for-
Is the
Okay,
impact-
well, sort of, I think we have gone astray a bit. My initial point was that Kim and Kanye, as a couple, were not, I would say, equally
yoked.
yeah, equally yoked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kanye is like
How?
a generational artist,
Yeah.
and Kim was. I mean, keeping up with the Kardashians was cool and all.
Kim is the original influencer.
Would you call it
bro.
Yeah.
Kim's like the
revolutionary?
OG
She's the
influencer.
original-
Yes.
She's the original.
Keeping up with the
Gymshark.
Kardashians is
Yes,
revolutionary.
revolutionary.
It is for
It
reality.
made- bro, it changed everything.
I think
For
it's the most
reality TV.
popular
It changed everything.
reality TV show, but they make it
Bruh, what
revolutionary.
changed everything.
What I'm saying
What
is,
do you mean by
I agree-
everything?
I
Let
agree-
me,
I agree with you that it's
Fashion Nova,
revolutionary.
look, Fashion Nova, Gymshark, all these built their platforms, their billion-dollar valuations on Instagram.
But the
Yeah.
thing is,
Instagram alone.
I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing
Okay.
with that, and I agree.
No,
That
that's
changed. Look, Kim changed
but
But
I'm
did that change
saying,
everything? That's not-
everything, bro. How?
I'm saying it's a
Bro.
revolution the world could have done without.
a company of dropouts literally is valued at $2 billion, like $2 billion
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's not-
Can
Gymshark.
that only happen on Instagram? Is it only Instagram where he has
No,
such
but it has
stories?
happened. That wasn't possible before.
I agree with
People
Raymond.
build
Instagram has accelerated marketing to levels,
And it
levels
has
not seen
changed
before.
it.
That's true.
And it's changed it.
Yeah,
That's true.
But we go back to the original
Kim's
point.
like the original influencer,
And
like
bro,
this dude
let's
said.
be honest, the content you see on Instagram these days when I'm scrolling through my tail is not art, bro. I'm just seeing
Not art,
memes,
that's my thing.
footage. I'm
You
just
see,
saying, come on.
I'll give
Yes,
Kim
be serious.
Kardashian
Let's not
credit
pushing
for
art forward.
she has influenced culture, but intellect and art are aspects of culture that she has not contributed to at all.
She hasn't even scratched the surface.
Nothing,
She
bro.
hasn't even like touched them yet.
Yeah, those ones we can't credit her
Nah.
with at all.
I'm saying that she
and-
has.
and-
You guys
and
very
she-
insulting to
and
people
she-
that
she-
have actually done
She
that,
has
bro.
influenced body image. She has
Negatively.
influenced
And also
makeup, she has influenced
Raymond,
reality
she
TV.
tapped into an easy to sell part of marketing, which was sex.
Actually, yeah.
I hate you guys, man. I hate you guys.
She actually had an impact on the world, bro. She actually affected how a lot of people view their body image, how a lot of people view their...
The thing is,
like their
the whole
self-worth
Kardashian
and
family
esteem.
was built on creating images of their body and self that aimed at
I think, let me tell you the reason. Let me tell you the reason I'm so quick to defend. Let me tell you the reason I'm so quick to defend Kim when guys say that stuff. Because all I see on Twitter is guys just saying the bad stuff about Kim.
I'm not saying it's bad.
And like the way in which they say it doesn't highlight everything that she's done. And that chick has changed influencing and how marketing is done generally. Every company now cannot start without an Instagram. And this chick is the one that started monetizing this shit.
But see, we can credit her with that. But
yeah,
but like you need to make you guys need to make money, and you're probably gonna have a good shot of doing that on Instagram rather than putting up some fucking flyers nowadays.
Yeah,
but
take a book from her.
Raymond, we could have gotten there. We could have gotten there because Instagram is a platform of distribution. Kim Kardashian was a person here who sort of like did two things first. She revolutionized how people interact with media through the reality TV shows. Yeah. She brought them into the mainstream. And second,
no, they're already mainstream.
No,
the reality shows like Jazzy Show long before keeping them
level.
They became the most popular reality show, but they did not change the format.
That's an understatement.
But they did. But what I don't want you guys to say, they did not revolutionize that media form in any way.
They did.
What did they add? What did they add to reality TV?
What they did was create a very intense connection with audience.
Very intense, bro.
That could be translated.
Are you saying the Kardashians are the only ones that have done that?
No, don't change. No, they revolutionized it.
They were the first.
Let's say that.
The first people to do that.
And they did it the best.
I don't agree. Today. I don't agree.
Okay, give us examples of
who did it better. Who did it better?
Just think about it this way. Paris Hilton had a reality TV show before Kim, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim was actually like a car in her pussy and shit following around and shit. Bro, no one is as invested in Paris's life as these guys were in Kim's.
Bruh.
Bro, the whole world.
People knew their house.
Let me kill you. The lady used to help us at home. Our help. She couldn't speak English. Bro, she used to sit down and watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like, would leave and go to work in the morning. She could watch that shit from morning. Bro, should rewatch episodes. What she still asks me about Kim to this day.
Bro. Those metrics of engagement do not necessarily show that show was revolutionary. Can't you show me how they changed it? How did they change it? No, listen. Let me finish.
Millions of US dollars.
Let me finish. Show me one way in which they changed the media, the format of reality TV. How did they move that genre forward?
No. That's too linear.
No. Because for me, when you talk about revolutionized,
don't say
media,
format. Don't say
what
format.
I want to know.
Don't say format.
Show me how they brought the format forward. Show me what they added to it.
They grew the audience of the format.
Yes, okay. I can give you that. They were the most popular reality show out at that time. I agree with you there. Like they got a whole new market. All of us are not watching reality TV shows.
They pushed it into mainstream TV programming.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I think they made it mainstream.
They revolutionized it
as far as TV programming is concerned.
And the way they monetized it. The way they monetized.
That's how they revolutionized.
Where was the revolution?
Monetization.
In how much money you can make from a reality TV show.
And now the family is billionaires.
Bro,
all of them. And that influence can be traced down to one thing.
That is not revolutionary for reality TV show. It's revolutionary for the family. They did a lot for themselves. They are rich.
For reality TV.
But they did that for reality TV. Like, what about the format has changed? What about
nothing, bro? We cannot jump over the work they have done.
Bro, I'm not trying to jump over the work
production and distribution of that program.
Bro, every company now wishes they can market half as well as this company.
I'll give the marketing team. They were revolutionary.
Not the marketing team. Say them.
Remember how we came to this point? We was trying to compare how Kanye West is revolutionary to how Kim is.
I have no respect for reality TV show as a medium. So I think that's why I hold this view that I do not respect Kim Kardashian as an artist. That my stance on that is clear.
Bro,
but I just want to stand by saying I don't agree with that.
Bro, what the Kardashians,
and that's okay.
If you see what Kanye West did for hip hop and rap, that's now what I'd consider now revolutionary. This guy came and completely changed the shit, bro. He changed how guys do the thing. He changed the format.
He has invented new sounds.
Then you have very unrealistic.
So maybe
he literally
revolutionized.
No.
They're very high.
I think they are very high. I think your standards for revolutionary. Revolutionary is once in a lifetime. It didn't happen every day.
I see what Magic is saying.
It didn't happen every day, bro.
Magic is speaking about reality TV in particular.
Yeah.
They didn't change too much about the format. So what would you say is that maybe she revolutionized marketing or marketing as an individual.
No,
Maybe marketing an individual, person self-marketing.
TV into mainstream TV programming. It wasn't. It didn't have a focus until Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
For me, I think
I don't agree.
I think it did.
I think
Those
that's
Jazzy
My
show,
Right, Joe's Jazzy show,
What was
the Snoop Dogg one,
Ran's house.
Kimora's house.
There
There were so many reality shows, but no one was as big as those
no
ones.
one did it as well as these people.
But
and
the concept,
for me, I'm humble to that.
See what he's saying is the concept was the same. A family,
Yeah.
what they do every day, But what these guys have done off of that show, that's revolutionary.
Crazy.
But I want to be honest with you guys. Like,
I mean, they have none of them have any talent.
But they have no talent whatsoever.
None of them have any. And
What do you guys
and
mean?
they're all
I don't get that,
billionaires.
man.
It's just, oh my God, Rob forgot my car at the diner and I had to go and get it. And
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Okay, wait. Can I ask you something?
Literally, that's what
Can I ask you
people
something?
need
Can I
to
ask you
watch.
something? Can I ask you something? Is being a businessman a talent?
I'd
Yes.
call it a talent.
It's a skill.
Okay, wait.
It's a
Okay,
skill.
I call it a talent, though.
It's a skill.
Okay. Let's do this. Right? It's a skill.
Yes.
So are they skillful business people?
Yes.
Yes.
For
They're
sure.
skillful
I think that's
business
enough
people,
for them.
sure.
I think
Yes.
let's just
They're
leave it at they're skillful business
yes.
people.
Are they revolutionary?
Back to my
No.
point is that if I expect a man like Kanye, who is like
No.
a musical genius, to be like interested in someone
Erykah Badu.
who is extremely talented in the same way that he is.
Why?
Yeah, but
I just
your
expected it. I just
Yeah,
expected
yeah.
it.
You, those are your
Yeah,
expectations.
and I said that. I said that. I was also quite
Listen,
You
unequivocal about
expected
that.
another
To be
human
fair-
being to end up with another human being.
Erykah
Yes.
said that.
That's why I said
That's
that.
the most.
That's why I
That's
said
the most. Because these guys can be legendary without being revolutionary. We can all agree that they're a legendary
Yes.
reality TV family.
Legendary.
They tapped into primal human desires to have
Yes.
Like
aspirational-
everyone else
Yeah,
does.
to have aspirational images. Kanye hasn't done that. Kanye has achieved his fame and success through sheer talent and creation.
That nigga's amazing.
He's
And
amazing.
And just making everyone else agree that you're the
Yo,
baddest,
just
bro.
Yes.
incredible, bro.
The thing is, you cannot deny Kanye's genius. This
You can hate what he says.
but you cannot deny his musical ability.
I think we're comparing apples to oranges. man.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what.
Yeah,
That's why he's saying they shouldn't have been married in the
Yeah.
first place.
And I disagree. I think that Kanye could have gotten married to a normal person, and you'd still have an issue with that.
I think Kim wanted a guy who she could kind of tell what to do, bro.
And that's Kanye.
That's Pete.
Oh,
That's not Kanye.
that's not Kanye.
That's a problem.
I also
bro.
disagree with that. I don't know what is that, bro.
I'm gonna like I
So I think I get a tattoo on your neck of Mikey Dose.
I can tell you this. I said this because I feel that way. I remember not saying, but I feel like I'm super interested, like into intensely intellectual and cultural.
Sapiosexual.
I wouldn't say that. That's a cringy word to use.
You gotta explain that.
Cultural sexual.
I bet you go to this guy's Facebook and it says sapiosexual. I bet
I'm cultural sexual.
Swear,
you
if
used
you
it.
find anywhere I use the word sapiosexual, I'll buy each of you a meal of your choice.
Nah, don't. For me, don't do that shit. I use that shit.
I don't use
One time.
sapiosexual.
Actually, for a brief period of time.
But yeah, I feel like for me, I'm
And it
really
worked.
even interested into like high culture, and Kanye West sort of like embodies that for black people.
Yeah.
So I
For
expect,
everyone.
yeah, I
For everyone.
expected him,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying he did a wrong thing by choosing a partner. It's more of like a subjective personal expectation. And I'm not saying Kim Kardashian wasn't a good partner for him, but I didn't expect that. I didn't see that couple like coming.
I saw it coming.
Me personally, like I actually, when it happened, I wasn't that shocked because I realized this guy's been shocking us our whole life. My issue with this whole argument was when you tried. Anyway, but I guess we already sorted that out. When you tried to compare the two in terms of being revolutionary.
I mean, I'm not comparing
But
the
you
two.
can marry- you can marry
I'm not
whoever
comparing
wants.
the two. I can't compare Kanye with Elon. Those are
But
different people.
who do you guys think is a revolutionary woman?
A revolutionary woman.
Any field.
In any field, Lana Del Rey.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested here.
There's a chick that single-handedly wrote the code that went to. She wrote like a lot of the code that took the people to the moon.
Even Marie
What's
Curie and her work in.
what
it's
is
like
that?
there's a whole movie.
Code,
Yeah, the
oh,
actual
I've heard
code.
the black lady.
She stayed up for
Yeah.
like weeks and shit.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
there's also, but I don't know her name.
This lady who pictured the black hole and her team.
Oh yeah, there's that one.
Yeah.
Right, but let's not only look
Bell
into.
hooks.
Oh, I think that
The hooks.
I
Yeah.
think that Lauryn Hill's music was really different from anyone at the time. So there's also
I agree.
Yeah,
Really different, and it's still good
quite
now.
interesting.
I agree.
um,
Nicki Minaj.
That's a hard one.
Who's revolutionary? Nicki Minaj or
Missy Elliott?
Lil Kim?
Ah.
Because
I mean, I'm sorry.
Lil
Ah.
Kim
who's
might
the
be-
who's the
I'm biased.
blueprint? Who's the blueprint for
Kim.
all female rappers?
Today,
Yeah,
Lil'
Nicki.
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 Man,
Lil' Kim.
I don't have enough information to comment about that.
I think Lil' Kim's style was also. I think she really changed how rap is for chicks.
But
I
you know
can't
what
speak
is
too much
revolutionary
for-
because Lil Kim happened in the 90s, right? Nicki happened in the 2010s.
Mm.
But the gap between Lil Kim and Nicki is, let's say, 10, 15 years.
Mm.
And then the gap between everyone else and Nicki is like 1 or 2.
I can't speak so
So
much
who's
for Lil Kim
revolutionary?
because I know Lil Kim mainly like from like Put Your Lighters Up those days. But I know
Oh.
Nicki Minaj from,
Yeah.
growing up.
I think Nicki did
And
it
I think
best.
everyone is trying to do Nicki
Nicki.
Minaj these
I
days,
think
bro.
Nicki did it
Yeah.
best.
From having different voices, like one like you have different
Yeah.
characters, Roman
Yeah.
and then Nicki,
Mm.
but to having a BBL,
There's
to have wearing
there's-
wigs
there's-
like
there's a
crazy.
woman-
And now
there's a
that's
woman
all
we
of
forgot to
them.
talk
All
about.
of them,
That's all of
bro.
them.
We'll talk about Doja Cat. She's so cool.
Yeah,
Not yet
I
revolutionary.
have
She's
to
also
say-
a Nicki baby.
I have to show respect.
She's also a Nicki baby in the terms of her shape and her playing with voices and her. That's what has in the BBL.
I beg to disagree. Man.
Really? Doja Cat would never exist without Nicki, bro.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah,
Never.
I don't
She wouldn't be
think
who
so.
she is. She wouldn't be the way she is without Nicki.
Nicki is the blueprint right now.
But I think Nicki is it, you guys. I think she just did it best, bro. And there's no competition.
And she was
No one even comes
undisputed
close.
at that time, bro.
I
There's
feel
actually
like-
like no other female MCs at the time.
I
She
f-
was, when she was
And I
doing
feel
her
like
hot
still
rap.
up to now, no one comes close in terms of like what she's done.
I agree. Like I think no one else has completely captured the zeitgeist of culture like that.
Zeitgeist.
Like ever since Nicki, the whole thing has just been like fractured right now, especially when it
Yeah,
comes
she
to
can't
female
illustrate
MCs.
things.
There's
I
no
think she-
consensus
There's a chick I
anymore.
had rapping the other day. Was it Mulatto?
Yeah.
Someone I was like,
She's
bro, is
nice.
this Nicki?
She's nice, yeah.
I was like, damn, this Nicki. I don't know who
think
it
she
was.
set the bar really high in terms of just
Versatility.
in terms of
Consistency.
raw talent, but also just in terms of market success. Like she was
Yeah.
way too gone, bro.
But do you know what's crazy about Nicki is guys don't even bring her in like best female rapper. It's just like they just
rapper.
bring a rapper.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like Nicki killed these guys on
And
this
she
song. Like
deserves-
everyone
she
on the
deserves
job.
to be.
Even when she was in
She deserves to be.
YMCMB, she was keeping up or even like outpacing some of the guys.
Bro, they're
Bro.
like 4 of the biggest songs for like the last 5 years. Like Big Bang, all those songs. She killed all the guys on the tracks.
No, she's very talented.
My
but
nigga.
She's been doing that from
Eh,
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Monster.
Fantasy when she was on Monster.
So you
guys-
She
Damn,
killed
bro.
Rick Ross,
guys,
Jay-Z,
let
and
me come back.
Kanye, bro.
If Kanye West and Nicki go together, I'll be like, I understand. That makes some sense to me.
How does that make
but,
sense?
But Kim Kardashian?
And I hear you. I hear
I
you.
don't
Okay,
know.
the
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
Okay, let's say if I got famous, which I will, and I'm like rich now,
But
I
you-
would be like,
but-
maybe I want a bad B,
But-
I want the baddest of them all. Maybe that's what's the whole
But you know-
reasoning behind that.
But you know something why I might not understand exactly what you're saying? After watching Kanye's doc and just knowing how weird this guy is, who I look up to so much, I look at him so much. I just don't see you completing that sentence with anyone who I would approve of. I just don't see him
Bro,
with
but
anyone.
My problem with that Kanye doc,
I don't see him with anyone.
I
Like
really
he's
feel
just
like-
Kanye.
that Kanye doc didn't show me enough of like
Amber Rose.
of the current Kanye.
Why you like this?
Of like I want to see I wanted to see Kanye in that period, like pre-famous Kanye.
Yeah.
During some of those albums,
Mm.
I wanted to know what that guy was like, how he was thinking, bro. Like I would have loved to know that
I
period.
talk about the
between-
new Kanye documentary or the older one.
The
No,
three,
new
epi-
one,
the three
Genius.
thingy series.
Genius.
Is that an older
It's
one?
a Netflix one.
The older one I found. Let me see if I can find it. Where he talked about how his mom went to China with him and stuff, and
think
his-
that's the one.
where he got his accident. Is that the one I found on
Yeah,
YouTube?
that might be Genius.
That might be genius.
That may be genius.
Because it
Yeah.
talks about all of that.
I feel like that documentary was pretty descriptive. For me, I got every answer I wanted to know from this guy. Everything I needed to
has
know.
got confirmation. Like the guy that he was in that docu is a guy who I would have expected to make college dropout and late registration. But I want to know that guy, that other guy who was doing this crazy ass shit. I want to see a guy who made 808s and Heartbreak and then made Jesus and like, bro, that's a guy I want to know, man.
Brad, for me, that
I didn't get
documentary answered all the questions I had. It answered where this guy came from, what he had to do to whatever. Is he brilliant or hardworking? It answered all those questions for me.
Yeah,
I feel like for me,
both.
most of what I got from that guy isn't his genius. I just found that this is a really hardworking guy.
Who's also brilliant.
And that's what that he's brilliant,
But, it
but
comes
he's
from
really
hard work.
hardworking. I vote that for Kanye. He's more hardworking than he is brilliant. Super hardworking guy. And then after watching that doc, I saw this 504 guy talking about Kanye's work ethic. No one comes close. No one I've ever met. No one comes close to this guy. And then also how he makes his music. He just literally, they give a blueprint to how he makes such good music. The guy just told the other guy, bro, these tracks we're just gonna sample them, maybe make it a bit faster, change the pitch, and then we put it there. And then it just looks like he did it, it worked, and he just kept making, and I can hear it today. He just kept making that better. And even when you hear what's it called, that album he just dropped? Donda. He's just doing what he used to do better. Yeah, I was like, this is everything I needed to know. Yeah. He's not, I can learn from him because he's not a super genius. He's just a really hardworking dude. And he just repeats stuff until it's super good.
Just constant improvement.
Yeah, it's like I got everything I need.
I don't think he's the most hardworking dude. I think he's a hardworking dude for sure. But like, guys work hard. But that guy there's something else, bro. He's just special.
Even in the documentary, he was saying his competitor at the time, was it Dame Dash? Was the other guy who was in the studio with at the time?
His boy was saying you're not a genius, and he was like,
it was the guy who was saying is his arch enemy in the studio who makes more beats than him.
It wasn't No ID. It wasn't No ID, but it was also a really big producer
at that time.
Like producers, he was producing more shit.
So I think guys were working hard at that time, but Kanye's music was just different.
It was just Blaze. It was just Blaze.
I'm going to be honest because every day I see artists work, and this it's my job. Every day most weeks I'm in studios, and I know people who work hard.
But there are some guys who are
the thing is, you cannot deny talent.
Yeah.
Working hard is good. You can sort of like reach a certain level, but for you to break through and become, let's say, a leader in a certain field, you must be imbued with a certain level of talent.
Yeah. That confidence is crazy. And
the thing is, if you know what is good, you can't have the confidence to believe in yourself unless you are actually that good.
Like the whole time that girl was being rejected, I'm like, I don't think people watching this documentary know what rejection feels like.
Yeah.
To be rejected that many times and still go
because you have to believe that you have the ability.
But that rejection story is the story you hear from a lot of these rappers.
Damn.
They were rejected a bunch of times. Yeah. It's actually what you hear in art in general. Yeah. But that guy was just crazy. Like at the time when everyone was doing hardcore street rap, what the guys releasing, like
voted, bro.
And he had
something completely different.
He had such absolute confidence in what he was offering. I'm like, damn, this guy didn't take no, man. He was just dressing however he wanted, saying whatever he wanted, producing whatever music he wanted.
You know, one of my favorite things about Kanye West is that from that documentary, it didn't seem like he had that much even like support from his hood. Like it's almost like guys started supporting him after he had got the whole deal. But remember, he was showing us all the guys who were popping in Chicago. But unlike most rappers now.
That is to be expected if you're going to do work that is
not the norm.
Yeah. For example, like most of my work that I do now, none of the people that I went to school, all the people that I know understand it. So when they sit on news, they're like, man, you did something. But most of the work that I'm doing now is foundational. So I don't have enough interest to have like a crowd around me. So you have to go that journey alone.
Do you find that hurts? Is it like...
Because every sort of like creative has that sort of like ego where you want to be recognized for your work while you are doing it. But your work will only receive a certain level of attention after you hit certain milestones. So maybe if I do a show maybe at the TED or in MoMA, you're going to went to MoMA. That is so cool. But maybe 10 years from now, because all the work that I'm doing now is foundational. And even you guys who have done any of this creative work, you know this. Most of your foundational work will not receive that much attention. Maybe if you guys did maybe 10 million subscribers, they'll be like, man, Mob Jazz, those guys are awesome.
I've been watching those guys from day one.
Like Melvin is my boy, but most of your foundational work as an artist is going to be super lonely because there are two things. Either it will be esoteric and people don't understand it as you try to grow your own visual language, or you won't have that much distribution as you're getting off. But until you hit certain milestones, you won't have that support that you crave right now as an artist.
Do you know that when I was watching that Kanye doc, I was like, I really, really thank the guy that put this doc together because he structured this thing in a way that everyone can learn from this guy.
True.
Yeah. I was like, Kanye is so like vague in my mind. Like, I don't know how he does this stuff. Like, everyone thinks he's a super genius, but I never see this guy working. What does he fucking do? I never see him in the studio. No pics. No, he's never grinding. I'm like, what the fuck? Choka, bro.
That nigga is in the studio. He's in the studio mostly.
Mostly.
That's why you don't see him.
Bruh, this guy wakes up, does music, and that's it.
Because you have to integrate, if you're going to become a successful artist, you have to integrate the art you do into your life. It becomes your life.
You know, additionally, I was like, when I was wondering, like, how can this guy do music so well, better than everyone, and then do shoes better than everyone? I'm like, this thing explained it. This guy just, literally, when he's doing something, just gives that his all and hopes for the best. And that's what came out, that brilliant shoe.
Because you have to integrate
I
this.
think you have simplified it a bit too much.
But I'm trying to like give like takeaways that everyone can learn from.
Trisha,
Right.
I guess you should do your best in everything you
I
do.
saw that
online.
shoe. I was like, how does this guy make this fucking thing? How does he keep doing this?
I think it succeeds because you have to integrate any idea you have into your life. Because most people have a concept of work which is separate. Like, I'm going to work on this for a while and then like put it aside and then go and live my life. But these guys, whenever you choose to pursue an idea, you have to integrate it into your life
And do it fully.
and push it to the full extent.
Question: who leveraged their fame better, Kim or Kanye?
Kim.
Their fame better.
Mm.
That
Kim.
question, by the way, I boil it down to money, and it's Kanye. Just boil that.
Because that's
Okay,
leveraging.
better.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying, look at the talent Kim has. Yeah?
I didn't know about it like that.
About leveraging talent.
Yeah. But yeah, you said fame. You said fame. You said
This guy
fame.
looking for
So Kim,
percentage returns.
okay, the thing is this: if it's like the parable of talents, right?
Yeah.
Kanye's fame is to be expected because of how talented he is.
Actually, no.
No.
So if you like, put now, let's go down. Who started from less?
Yeah, that's my thing. Who
Kanye.
started? This chick was
Kanye.
already, she was already in the
Kanye,
upper class.
Okay, Kanye.
He leveraged his fame
Has to be
better.
him.
I think Kim leveraged her
I think
fame more.
Kim.
Nada.
Okay, the way
this
she
is how I
became, the
look
way
at
she
it.
became
This is how I
famous.
look at it
okay, wait, guys.
personally.
The way she became famous and now she twisted that is
Yes.
mastery.
No, but then she
actually
came
leverage
mastery.
of
But she
fame,
came from
bro.
a moderately famous
Bro,
family.
how she
Very.
be, how
No,
she
no, no,
became
no,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They are famous now in hindsight, but at the
But
time,
they
They
were
were
fairly
famous.
rich.
no. Let me
before
finish.
before Asian one knew them.
When the
OJ.
Kardashians were starting out back in the day when their dad was alive, they were not
OJ.
like super rich. He was just like a lawyer.
He was super.
No,
rich.
actually, he was really rich.
Let me finish. He was just a lawyer in LA. He wasn't like one of like the top
he was,
businessmen.
he was
was
like
a
top
really
lawyer.
rich lawyer.
Let me finish.
He was
let
an
me finish.
average Beverly Hills citizen.
Yeah, like
Bruh.
Listen. Of course, if you live in LA, Beverly Hills, I'm not saying you're broke. You're not broke, but he wasn't like
Famous,
like a
like-
super like wealthy individual, like ultra high net worth individual. And in fact,
What's
even
wrong
at
with
the
these
same-
guys, man?
Okay.
I'm believing one thing, man. He's black, but he's not black.
Let me finish. And even at the time, like Kim used to do like she used to her business at the time was organizing closets for people, and she used to do Paris Hilton's closet. She wasn't that famous until Ray J, who was the famous one at the time, dropped
And
that.
then she
tape.
capitalized on that.
Then she
and
capitalized
turned out
on
the
that.
fortune of the whole family.
She started doing interviews. She started doing brand deals. She started doing like she pushed.
you have
She
to
turned her
give- you have to
15
give it to
seconds
her.
of fame that
In
is
2
given
years.
to everyone in 15 years, bro.
for a whole family.
Okay.
That's what I think she
give-
leveraged. her
okay, okay.
fame.
Raymond, give me
More.
one reason why Kris Jenner is famous. Give me one reason why Kris Jenner is famous.
She's brilliant.
Haha. Cool story, bro.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Okay, let's do
Okay,
this.
yeah,
Let's do this.
let's go.
Let's just boil it down to key performance indicators.
Yes.
Right?
KPIs.
What are we looking for when someone says that this
Leverage
person
their
leveraged their fame better? Or looking, number one, the most important is how rich they are now. Let's first start there.
Yes.
Right? How rich they are. And the only second factor that matters is where they began from.
Yeah.
Other
No,
than
I
that,
think
drop
no,
it.
no, not where they began
There's a
from.
third matter.
I think we should start from
The third
when
matter.
they got famous.
Yes.
That Kafaska thing.
How did they?
And how famous they became.
Yes.
And then how well they used that
Yes.
fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Raymond, for example, me and Chameleon, right? if Chameleon is ought to be famous because of how well he
Yes,
does
that.
music.
Yeah.
So if it's any way I became as famous as that man, I would have leveraged my fame better than him. Because
No,
it was inevitable.
You're
that he was gonna
misunderstanding the
become
word
famous.
leverage.
Mhm.
Eh?
Leverage.
Leveraging is
You understand? Leverage is exchanging
using
something
my
for
fame
something.
Yeah.
to get something
Yes.
else.
Okay. Even that by that metric, look, Kim Kardashian has made money for her whole family.
Their
Yeah.
combined worth isn't
Not
as much as Kanye's, the
yeah,
whole
that's
family.
But that's
And
to
see,
be
I think
expected.
And you guys said his impact,
that
his
is
leverage.
That is to be expected.
He's affecting more
Because
lives.
I think Kanye leveraged his talent to get that
Fame.
money, to
No,
get fame.
It's his fame.
Kim.
Companies don't care about your talent. They only care about how many
I'm going
people
back to the
follow you.
beginning. I'm going back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Like Kanye's rise is more gradual. Like if you were to plot it on a graph, to look more like a slope.
Kim-
but there's a sharp
Kim is
spike
Kim
somewhere
is
there.
like Dogecoin.
No.
Kim is like
in
Dogecoin.
her life
no,
where,
no.
where you can see
Okay,
that this chick
let's
became
do-
popular.
let's
I
do
don't
this.
know. I
And then
disagree.
it just
Kim-
keeps
Kim
going
is
up
like
from
Dogecoin.
there.
I disagree,
yeah.
I think the
Sharp
problem is we
spike.
don't know enough about what else Kim has done aside from the Kardashian. I know she did Skims. What else did she do?
Which has done a lot.
That's the one.
Then there's
that's
her
$1 billion,
makeup line.
The makeup thing.
Yeah, which has really made her super
She
Yeah.
had
rich.
that
App.
show, that store that she ran with her sisters. What
Dash.
Dash?
That one
Dash.
closed.
Dash. But it
Yeah,
was
but they
open at that
leveraged it
time.
and they made some money.
They made money. They had a makeup
But
line.
now my thing with Ye is Ye did obviously he was Kanye West the artist. Then he did that Nike sneaker deal, which went crazy. After doing the Nike sneaker deal, what did he do? He did the LV shit, the Louis Vuitton collaboration.
I'm now seeing your point.
After doing that, what he did in fashion is crazy. Okay. Only because he was famous.
Okay, I see your point.
He's definitely talented, but he was famous. Then he did Yeezy, which first of all it turned around Adidas's shit.
Man, you see, the people
with this new information, I recant my statement.
The people who you can compare to Kanye today, whom will have leveraged, you go to Elon, go
Michael
to those
Jordan.
guys, Michael Jordan, not other guys.
When you put it like that, I understand what you mean. Then I would say I now agree with you. Kanye has leveraged his fame better.
Yeah,
because he has broken into other various industries
with that fame,
and then has succeeded there. Yeah, just from his fame.
But you know that, like, Rihanna, if you're saying his fame, like that nigga was like, he started popping off in those Chicago like underground, like guys come from nothing, bro.
Yeah, but I'm over 60, but that is leverage. Jesus, bro.
But you guys, I respect Kim Kardashian for what she did with that material.
Nah. She went crazy.
She developed.
Because Ray J was in that show. He was in that movie as well.
No, Ray J is doing really well, man.
Okay, but
he has Raycons, yeah.
Take
it easy.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know
they
that.
sponsor like half YouTubers.
Yeah. When I watch, I'm like, buy Raycons. Premium headsets cheaper than the other brands. Yeah.
But like, I don't know, this Kanye guy, man, he's... you know the thing with this world is like, it's so funny. You'll know everything that Kanye did, but there's some like underground businessman there who also has like, he has made so much change and all, but you'll never know about him.
Yeah, that's what
is it as cool?
Yeah.
But those guys don't need, they don't
no,
need
to dress like that.
And like you may find the guy's company is
to dress like
him.
We don't care about him because it's not as cool as Kanye.
Yeah.
No, to dress like him.
Okay, I need to take.
Yeah, but you guys need to be more respectful.
I need to make this thing somber again.
Respectful for Kim.
I need to make it somber again. Remember our Dubai convo from last week? Did you guys see that Ugandan chick who jumped off a building?
What?
In Dubai. More on Dubai, bro. Dubai may be a recurring conversation on this pod at this rate.
What do you mean?
This young lady, a Ugandan, I wish I'd pulled her name up. It's sad, but
let me get it.
She jumped off the 9th floor of a building in Dubai. No one knows why. Actually, the place that she died, she didn't have anyone there with her. They posted her photo on Twitter asking people, like, if you know her, please come up. I don't know if anyone has come up yet. But, yeah, man, she jumped off a building, bruh. And on the last pod, we talked about... She was
called Monique Karungi.
Monique Karungi. Yeah, R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I saw a Twitter post on that same note of someone complaining, took a picture of a bunch of, you could see like a bunch of women lined up at the airport, right? Lining up to leave at the departure. The guy was like, man, and that he captioned it, he was like, man, another, like, it seems that like every time you go to Entebbe airport, you just find this every time you're leaving. Can we fix this government?
But this lady was
where they're always
but
like,
Raymond, this lady was not the typical Dubai worker. She was more of a socialite.
Really?
Yeah, because this is from Nile Post, and they say she has been living a high-end socialite life in Dubai, according to the content shared by her.
Yeah.
So she wasn't our exported labor. So she was.
I mean, that's still kind of exported labor. But on the last pod, we were talking about coprophilia, which is it's a shit fetish. So there was a video last week of a chick in Dubai, apparently as well, getting shat on, like in her face with her mouth open. In fact, shitting in her mouth, then it spilled onto her face after. But yeah, so we had a Dubai conversation last week. But that's what he's saying also. Living a high-end life, blasting, but doing crazy things for those dams. You know?
But you have to sort of understand the power structures that govern these relations between women and these wealthy men. Because that's the thing. If you saw, I was this documentary about New York nightclubs, same thing with Milan, same thing with these whole capitals. There's a whole sort of like network of men who have money and power, who use this money and power to do these things.
Crazy things, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not all cash piggies. Some of them will ask for some shit, man.
Man, I have a theory in life regarding this. How I would explain something like that happening. I just find that I feel like the more wealthy people get, the more access they have to things, and normal things just don't have that much hit for them
because you have like lots of these experiences,
like,
and you're like, how far can I push it?
There's a term for that psychologically. It's like this psychoanalyst term. When like normal things just don't have that hit anymore on you. Right? Like you've tried cocaine so many times.
You become desensitized.
You become numb, desensitized to what that rush is. So you start trying out weird shit like that. Even after that, when he tries, he'll get tired of it. Now it's blood fetish.
No, I think it's definitely a power trip, bro.
Yeah, because like
just being able to
for a man like that, sex becomes less about the act and more like
what can't I do?
Yeah. It becomes an act of dominance. And so like, and these people are not all since they're shielded by money and power, they can get away with these acts without consequence. So they keep on saying, how far can we push this? If there's a Vice documentary about this, where this guy was talking about...
Is this illegal though? Why are we talking about like it's illegal?
What? Is what illegal?
Shit in someone's mouth?
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, so why are we talking about like it's illegal?
But let's do it in public.
The thing is, if you did it,
I guess it's frowned upon.
Don't go around town shitting people's mouths.
But the thing is...
I don't understand. Why are we talking about it like they're getting away with it?
Wait. If let's say
they've been too consenting adults. I don't get this argument.
But Raymond, if Council Melvin here was on video shitting in someone, I doubt any law firm
it has social consequences.
Like it's frowned upon.
It has social consequences.
It has social consequences.
Yeah, but it's not illegal. So why are we saying like they're getting away with it?
There are no consequences for these guys. None of these men will face any social consequences. They wake up in the morning, brush their teeth, get some coffee.
Rob is watching this. I did nothing wrong. I like that guy there in the black shirt. He's speaking facts. It's not illegal. He's the only intelligent guy in that room.
And they'll be like, bro, last night was crazy.
Okay, let's go back. Like, why are we talking about like it's illegal? I don't get it. It's legal, right?
I guess we're just bringing our moral judgments to this thing, like our moral standards.
I'm saying that like you may be doing...
no, but guys, there's actually a legitimate provision in the law called I think it's called unnatural acts, something like that.
However, this is gonna be funny.
Unnatural acts, because bruh, relax.
Are you performing an unnatural act?
Bruh, you know a lot of stuff falls under that.
Yeah,
heads, brother.
There's a reason why they did that. The reason they did that so that the ambit could be super wide. But I think it has to be something like that. It has to be legally noticed. I think a lot of the public would probably practice oral versus.
So what I meant by they got away with it is that it's social consequences.
Yeah.
Not all of us can get away with having a video of us do that in someone's mouth.
The other thing is also his face is in there.
Okay, yeah, that they
cover even her. It's just like she's like this, so you can only see the bottom part of her neck, and you can see that her mouth is open. And
where was this, man? I'm so
detached. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Don't show me.
I'll show you.
The story of my friend who told me she knew a friend of ours was a dominatrix. Who was a dom here in Kampala.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's a dude for that dom who would pay for her to piss on him.
Yeah,
and he would pay for it.
I can't believe this guy said dominatrix. He said the whole one. I know a chick. Guys, she's a dominatrix. Yeah. She is a dominatrix by nature.
Yeah. By profession.
You're measuring in minors.
Listen, I don't know, bro. I feel like.
So the guys were into that stuff, man.
I know, but to be fair, man, I guess when you bring that up, to each his own.
Yeah, just people who are deviants. You're like, man, this isn't the stuff I'm into. This is me.
That chick recorded herself. So like her stuff was leaked. Someone was hiding from behind. She was holding the phone you told.
Don't know about the dynamics.
I'll show you that. So I feel like at this point I should show you guys the video.
I'm not going to see that video. I have not seen it.
I'll just put it there.
Guys, this podcast are lying for now.
I am not.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, on a big screen.
You watch
whoever wants.
No, but you just watch it. It's not. It's good to have context.
The thing is, I believe in the power of images, and the images I don't want to view.
No, let me first see. Let's first pause this pod and we first see this thing, man.
Don't be mad.
No, you guys keep judging. Let me find it.
You can watch it. I'm not watching that.
I'm the only guy who has watched this video in this room. It's uncomfortable.
I can pull this video up right.
It's uncomfortable. I'm the only one who has watched.
Of course, it's uncomfortable for you. You have to trauma dump on us.
Let me tell you something. I realized there's too much stuff that falls under the blanket of under the blanket of these people are doing this thing. I don't agree with it or whatever, bruh. Too much stuff is new to us. Eventually things are gonna get normal, right? Racism was a thing. Now it's super bad.
I'm like, yeah, it's all good. Shit in your mouth as long as you're consenting to it.
It's all good. Shit in your mouth.
But I'm like, I Count me out. I'm good.
Nah, this guy watches me. Have you guys watched this movie? The human centipede.
Man. No.
Oh my
I don't want to remember that masterpiece.
What was the masterpiece?
Oh, so basically, it was this movie where this guy kidnapped 4 people.
And he sewed them together.
He sewed one ass to mouth.
The only guy who's lucky is the head.
Yeah, that was only so like one guy would eat food, and then he'd like digest it, and then he'd defecate into the mouth of the second guy, who would then ingest it, then defecate it.
Bro, no, we get it.
Was there a third guy on top of this guy that we're not seeing?
Bruh, sorry, I liked the vid.
Sorry, I like the vid.
The beginning of this video is the worst part of it.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
We are good.
Sir,
I don't know
is there
about
anything
this.
else you guys want to talk about on the show?
What up?
I'm straight.
I'm good.
Alright, guys, it's been
That
a lit
is
show.
wild.
He's a stronger man than you,
Yeah,
Raymond.
listen.
That one.
This has been a lit one. You get. We ended on some
That was too funny.
funny.
That was too funny.
Yeah, I think that people are just tired of the normal stuff.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you listen to this podcast and you're into stuff like this,
Let us know in the comments.
This is the safe space.
let us know in the comments.
This is the safe space. Let us know in the
Nah,
comments.
I was just saying that, like,
This has to be unhealthy.
don't stop watching, but relax.
What's it called?
Stop that behavior.
What philia?
Coprophilia?
Coprophilia?
Yeah.
You know, I thought you were
Coprophilia.
gonna say. I thought that had something to do with necrophilia.
No, it's coprophilia.
That's now the love of the dead.
No, it's a dead.
I thought that's where you were going
Wait,
with
which one
this.
is nastier? It's a tight race.
Nah, necrophilia is the worst, bro.
Really?
Yeah. It's the
Really?
worst, bro.
Mark definition of coprophilia.
There's nothing more.
Marked interest in excrement.
I'm here trying to consider.
Like it's a desecration, literally.
I'm not voting on that one.
Okay, would you rather
That is-
desecrate or be desecrated? I think that's what it comes down to.
Honestly. You see,
This
I
is a
feel like
desecration. This is a desecration of that chick.
I feel like there's more. You see, because sex is all about consent. So we just know that one is not consensual. One is just weird. Then the other one, there's a chance that it's consensual.
You see, and there's something spiritual about death.
Oh, bro, I thought you were going somewhere else. I was going to be like,
Ah.
say that again.
This is gnarly,
I
guy.
was like, damn.
Something spiritual about like
Then-
necro. So
Yeah, that's weird, bro. That
that's
is super
weird as
duper
hell,
weird.
bro.
That's how you do that, like.
You know, you have to literally. Anyway, let me.
That's actually crazy. Like
Crazy.
sleeping with naked with dead people is crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, what happened to that Tijutov, man? There's so many things we don't know. There's so many things that
Some
No, no,
things,
no, but
some
guys,
things,
some
will-
things
some
are-
things become
guys,
normal in
surprise us
100
to
years.
do in
Yeah.
100 years.
No,
what?
and that's illegal. You can't do that.
Okay,
That
but-
one's
No, it's
illegal.
illegal now.
Melvin, you're a lawyer, but if
Even
someone,
racism was legal at
before they
some
died
point.
wrote a release and said my body could be used for this and this,
That's
this and
that's an illegal contract.
It's an
Yeah,
illegal
they-
It
contract.
can
Can
be
be
enforced.
enforced?
You can be enforced.
Okay. So what would be the loophole to get around that? I'm asking for
Mm.
hypothetical purposes.
So how can I navigate
Maybe
around
one-
that?
Maybe one or two necrophilias.
But this thing is, you
Well,
guys
don't
haven't yet
get
thought
caught.
about, but that thing is wicked.
This is
Like
Like
crazy.
necrophilia.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's crazy.
weird
That's
as
crazy.
fuck.
That's crazy.
What
I
are we
mean,
discussing now?
we've just been discussing, being pulled in your mouth, bro. Like, I think this is not where you draw the line.
Well,
now.
a weird period.
We crossed weird way back and sick.
Yeah.
In
Listen, no,
behavior,
I've heard of guys being into shit like that. So coprophilia actually isn't that hard for me to comprehend. But necrophilia, that one is you're just
Bro.
a twisted nigga, bro. You are twisted.
What if you're like, what do they call them? An undertaker or like a guy who works in one of those funeral homes
Undertaker.
who like deals with the body?
That
That's
doesn't
the
like
worst.
just
That's the worst. Because you made it your life's duty.
that doesn't
Sleep with as many dead people as possible, bro.
Bro, let me just say this off this mic.
Why are you saying that off the mic? Like,
I don't creep these guys out, bro.
Eh,
Crazy.
yeah, I know. But
I mean, if
but
the-
these guys are around dead bodies all the time.
And around like fresh bodies.
Yo.
It's just like, okay, Musisi is scary. You mean a fresh
man,
body?
this- Why are you so
fresh.
cute with
That
this,
body
bro?
was fresh, man.
Bro, for me, like if it was for judging the conversation, like we passed that.
Yeah.
I think like this is not
No
where
one
I
is
do that.
judging.
Like,
We're just curious to know where this newfound interest is.
no, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate right
I don't
now
think
for
I've
the
seen a
necrophiliacs
headline
out
of
there.
necrophilia being caught in UG. I think I've seen
I'm
that
sure
headline.
they're there. Man, UG
No,
has
the
some
headline I
massive
saw usually
there.
were like buses. You guys cannibals. Guys who eat dead
eating
people.
them,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one I saw that was trending
But
recently.
that's crazy to me as well.
Eating.
Yeah.
I had that.
Eating, for me, eating is not as crazy as sleeping.
And that's not. Do you know?
I had that like there was this article that dropped and they called this one guy a cannibal. He said that after 2 days, about the guy tastes like chicken. After 3 days, it tastes like meat. After 4 days, it tastes like fish, something like that.
Have you guys heard of the concept in Indonesia? They had what they call head hunting. You guys heard of that? So when they used to go to war, warriors would capture people.
Where?
In Indonesia.
Okay.
It's called head hunting. So they would when they captured any of our victims, they would cut off their heads, scoop out and eat their brains, and use the skulls as containers for drink and stuff.
You know, you can't actually eat the human brain, right?
You can.
You can. I think
No.
you can eat it.
There's something fucked up about it. I read somewhere that you cannot eat like the nervous system of an animal.
Indonesia.
Like that animal can't eat the nervous system of that animal.
That's
that's
pseudoscience.
No. There's something, I've forgotten what this is called, but there's something fucked up about eating anything to do with the nervous system, which the brain is like a collection of nerves. You literally run mad.
We need to do some quick
because
background.
It's going to the stomach. The stomach's going to destroy all of that.
Dude, I've forgotten where I got this from.
I've had something like that before, but I think it's pseudoscience.
Like,
but anyway, let's first we can do a quick search.
I think it's searching.
Is there any health implications with in the human brain?
But I guess, man, like that such is one such past the thingy of eating a guy actually. So it's really
that's actually what I want to tell you guys. Have you ever eaten the meat of an animal that died before it was slaughtered?
yeah.
No.
Okay, like
Yeah.
I might have phrased that the wrong way, but like it died of other causes
Yeah.
and then they slaughtered it.
I've never, bro.
You know,
I've never.
now I've tasted it. I have, bro. It tastes completely different.
bro.
Good
So-
or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
Eating the brain of another human being can cause kuru, a brain disease that's similar to mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you need to be a bit mad when you're in war, bro.
And
I
is
think
it eating one
maybe
brain or
they're
many
eating them
brains?
so they could get wilder. Guys want to get back wild.
Is it after eating one brain?
Just kill more
Man, I've
guys.
chewed beef, man.
After like
more
subsisting on brains for a while.
Bruh.
They may delve further into it.
Yeah.
Down the rabbit hole.
Well, yeah.
Guys,
Now I hear
good.
it.
We have insufficient info. But that's crazy. But you're not supposed to eat the nervous system of like the very creature that you are. Apparently, something
That's
fucked up about
crazy.
it.
That's crazy.
It's the reset button that is put there, and human beings are like,
No, but also
There's something wrong here.
my thing is, how did they find that out?
Someone ate
But
brains.
it's
Some
weird
guy got
stuff.
kuru.
It's
Some guy
weird
got kuru.
stuff.
How many
Eating
guys?
brains.
How many? Like for them to narrow it down to it's the brain that caused this.
Bro, you know you're not supposed to eat an animal that died of natural causes, right?
That's what I'm saying. It tastes different. So most cannibals, I bet, like they hunt people and kill them.
Yeah, which is what I've also
Yeah.
been having that question in
'Cause
my
how
mind.
you're eating a person
Yeah.
already dead.
Because that makes no sense. Because you know most
Yeah.
people are buried under fake circumstances.
Do you
They
know
just
that-
throw you in our
Do you know that
Guys be
cannibalism
exhuming,
was
like,
sometimes used as medical
body with
treatment?
soil and stuff. I'm like, of
Wait,
course
come
you're
again?
hunting, guys. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the 1600s to 1800s, cannibalism was sometimes used as medical treatment? And executioners in those times had a bizarre side job that supplemented their income, selling leftover body parts as medicine. Those are fun times.
Yeah.
You know this still
Guys,
happens.
fun
You know it
time.
still happens in Uganda, right? In like side of
Bro, we
Rakai.
need to leave.
Yeah, we need to go.
We need to
So someone's
leave.
And we're delving too deep into this
Yeah,
rabbit
we
hole.
are.
I don't know how we'll stop.
Guys, thanks so much for coming on the pod. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe. Bruh, so many people told me that they've seen us. Like this guy walked in earlier and they're like, oh, we've seen you. I almost asked him, bro, are you subbed?
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it to this point, comment what? Coprophilia?
Aye.
Nah, not Coprophilia today.
What? Philia?
Philia.
Te-
Philia
Hey.
is kawa.
Just do philia.
Philia. Whatever philia you have.
Leave it in
Comment
the
with that
comments.
Philia. Your philia.
Leave your philia in the comments.
And find your gang.
Well,
You guys
here.
can like
Community.
follow each other, add each
bro,
other,
man.
exchange
You know.
contacts.
It's a safe
Yeah.
space, yeah?
Mhm.
So, yeah. Till next time, guys. Peace.